to imported vehicles. And if you're in some health issues now, scientists may have discovered how to heal damaged kidneys. That story is on page 4. And still on page 4, Boko Haram attacks Borno school, abduct NECO candidates, troops rescue 10 students. And the writer story, Ndume wants FG to be proactive. 82-year-old, one other killed in fresh Plateau attack. Like I said, that story you can find on page 4 of the Tribune this morning. And on page 3, plots aloof to delist ADC, bar Atiku from running, media team alleges. And on page 2, APC NWC upholds appeals, replaces 8 Ondo National Assembly candidates. And the writer story to that, APC presents nomination forms to Senate reps candidates in Oyo, Ali running mates to get form on Thursday. That story on page 2. And finally, on the front page of the Guardian newspaper this morning, the largest caption, raw in APC as Atiku obedience, alleged sabotage of opposition. That story is on page 6. And if you may move on to page 3 of the Guardian this morning, 2 die in Borno forest saving 10 abducted NECO students. And on page 3 again, FG warns petrol marketers against profiteering, seeking reduction of petrol prices. And on page 2, FEC overhauls NYSC after 53 years, agency to be civilian-led. Still on the front page of The Guardian this morning, NAFDAC sees 42 million naira expired baby wipes illegally revalidated. That story is on page 4, and I think it warns a lot of Nigerians to be careful. And on page 5, poor compliance, corruption, fueling building collapse, experts warns. And on page 6, foreigners stranded on edge as anti-immigrants protests rock South Africa. And finally, on inflation, healthy meal costs Nigerians more as daily diets hits 1,589 naira. That story, if you want it, is on page 15 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Once again, I would like to welcome everybody to Perspective Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. Now going into analysis of the stories as seen on the front pages of our papers this morning. We start with the Punch newspaper, and the most prominent story there, as seen on other papers that we have looked at this morning, has it that the FEC has cancelled NYC passing out parade and extends orientation to 6 weeks. The reports, as written by Punch, says the federal government on Monday, that's yesterday, approved a comprehensive reform of the National Youth Service Corps since its establishment in 1973, replacing military leadership with a civilian director general. It also restructured the one-year scheme into 11 specialized skill-based streams designed to reorientate camp programs and uniform, and directed the amendments of the NYC Act to give immediate legal effect to the changes. This followed yesterday's Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Bola Tinubu at the Council Chamber of the State House in Abuja. I think NYSC, at least if you are educated in Nigeria, it is compulsory. Even if you are educated outside the country and you're a Nigerian, it is compulsory that you go through the NYSC scheme. So I believe a lot of people would understand what the NYSC actually means. And people have been calling for the reform of this NYSC for a very long time. Even some people are saying that they should scrap it. And some people are of the opinion that it should, there is actually a very good scheme uniting Nigerians, because if you think about the posting, the way they post and everything, they might take you. You might live in Oyo State and they'll post you to Zamfara. It exposes you to the culture there. It exposes you to the people. So a lot of people are of the opinion that it is actually a scheme that has been keeping Nigeria united. But we also know that it's been always led by a military general, the scheme. And it is actually a very big one now to hear that the president is seeking to overhaul the way the NYSC is being conducted. I remember when I served, I only did 3 weeks in camp. And now the proposal is that it is going to be extended to 6 weeks. What do you think the government is actually consider to reform this NYSC scheme, and at this time, after 53 years?
Well, if you ask me, it's a very good move in the right direction. NYSC came as a result of the Civil War. It was founded by the military, and I guess that was why it was always led by the military. You understand? But it was created in such a way that Nigerians will be able to move around, especially young people, and understand the country very well. But that noble cause has been sabotaged. And that's why people are calling for scrapping of NYSC. I don't believe in scrapping it. But those who are calling for scrapping it and those who have sabotaged it have their reasons. Number one, when it was created, we didn't have the kind of banditry, terrorism, and the kidnapping insecurity we have in Nigeria today. That's why you see a child that will grow up in Ibadan here, it will end up in Anambra State. And it helped them, you understand, to understand that all the stories you were told as a child about every ethnic group is a lie. Because when you get there, you will discover a different thing altogether. And when you come back, your mindset opens, because exposure is part of education. Traveling is part of education. Now, one thing I like that the president said about the NYSC is that he's going to make it skill-based. Skill-based. In fact, that's thumbs up for the president on this score. Because most of the people we turn out from the universities are just certificated. No skill. And
no skill, no job.
No skill. And if you we still believe so much in certificate. And most of them, that's why I've seen most of them, they are looking for work. It's not work they're looking for money. They're not looking for a job, they are looking for money. Because if you have a skill, if you have a skill, the fact that you went to university, came out with a certificate, you may not even do anything with that certificate, but you have a skill. There is nobody on the planet Earth that does not have a skill. The problem is that we don't identify what we can do with our hands, what we can do with our brain. God wired all of us differently. Kule, you don't know that I can sing. But I led a musical group. Wow. And I can play some instruments. That's a skill. So anywhere I go to, in fact, anywhere I go to and I see conga, I'll always go there. That's a skill. Imagine if I'm to be paid for playing conga drum. I will earn something, even though I studied journalism. You know what I'm saying? So everybody has a skill. And I blame the parents. I was privileged to speak in a gathering sometime. I think it was last year. And I said it to the parents. I said, look, the fact that you are a lawyer does not mean your children must be lawyers. Why are you derailing these children? No. You are a lawyer? Yes, all my children must be. It's a lie. God gave them, we are all wired differently. In a home, you see, different talents. And we don't take time to identify what our children are talented at or with. You understand?
Isn't that the job of guidance counseling?
No, wait. You are the first guardian. You as a father. I know what my children can do. And when they came up with some of the things, I supported because already I've known this one. This one can do this one very well. There are some that can, if you bring any gadget, they will PCC it. You will think they will spoil it. They will not spoil it. Later they will couple it. You know where this one is heading to. There are some who can draw. you know that this one is going into something. Imagine if you put that child into studying architecture. What do you think that child will do? He will do well because he will do it effortlessly, no struggle. But the problem is that I'm a doctor. All my children must study medicine. Who told you? And you frustrate. I saw a guy. Both parents were doctors. They forced it on him. He must study medicine. He went and studied it. And this guy was very good in drawing art. When he finished, how many years? I think about 7 years. He gave them his stethoscope and went away. He traveled. He's eating in UK today because of drawing. They wasted his life. The guy said he doesn't want to waste his life. He gave them their certificate and said, this is what you want. They take. And left. He didn't practice that thing for one day. You understand? So, NYSC is a laudable program for the country. I love the way the president is saying that we will introduce skill acquisition.
So still talking about that. Now, it actually says here that the shift is intended to reposition NYSC as a skill-oriented and productivity-driven, youth-empowering institution that directly supports the president's administration's ambition to build a $1 trillion economy. Now, do you think this actually will support a $1 trillion economy?
I don't know $1 trillion economy. I don't know how it's going to play out. But what I know is that skill acquisition is what we need. Our graduates need skill acquisition, not just certificate. And I learned this thing very early. It was 2 of my daughters in the university. Before they went to school, I called them, what do you think you can do? I already know what they will do, but it's better they will say it by themselves. And I put them inside that thing. And somebody assisted me so much. We put them inside that skill. And do you know what, Kule? This is what they are using now in school. You understand? And I keep asking, I hope this thing is not disturbing your academics. They say no. And they are doing very well. So imagine if they leave school right now, after serving, and there's no job for them. Do you think they will be a burden on their husbands? They will not. Because already they have a skill which they can live on. But you see a lot of people carry certificates. What can you do? I studied this one. No, education is good. Nobody is saying you should not study what you want to study. But what can you do? What have you acquired as a skill? We all have skills. We all have. It is for you as a parent to identify that skill and channel that child to that direction. That is why the West, they are far better than us. The parents discover their children on time. We don't do it here. Everybody is on the go. The child will, Lagbaja's children are studying law. You go and study law. What did you even want to do? You go and study. You understand? You don't do that. You have to channel them the way they have to go based on what you know about your children. So NYSC is a laudable scheme. You know, and I think it's one of the things that is even still being practiced in Nigeria, except that insecurity has made it, has weathered, what was the noble idea before? Now parents are scrambling. Oh, don't send my children to this place. Oh, don't send my child to.
So let's even talk about the security aspect of it now. Do you think maybe parents would be more skeptical about letting their children go for NYSC now, knowing that it's now led by a civilian? Before, maybe they're a little bit confident because it is led by the military.
It's not a question of being led by the military. The military will not go and fight for them where they are being posted. The military, the civilian, the civilian who will lead it will give it a civilian face rather than the military face.
But the military will still be protecting them.
Yes. When I was in secondary school, we had military people posted to secondary schools to enforce discipline. Then we don't have them again now. So what I'm saying, that what the president is saying, the only way these things will materialize and have make meaning is security of this country. If our nation is not secure, forget about these things we are saying.
It wouldn't make sense.
It won't make sense. This scale, everything will collapse. Security is number one, and which the president is not handling the way it should be handled. I'm saying so because you cannot be fighting terrorism and people are sponsoring terrorists on pilgrimage in the same country. You cannot be fighting terrorism and some people are still and you are integrating them into the military. It doesn't make sense. You cannot be fighting terrorism and some people are speaking on their behalf as if they have a legitimate argument against the country. So that is where the president is making a terrible mistake. You must fight insecurity hands down if you want the country to move forward. We cannot be pampering terrorists and at the same time we are fighting them. It's not done. Now, these things we are doing, these things we are doing about terrorists all over the place. If these people are coming from the south, do you think they will pamper this way? We should not be pampering people that are waging war against the country. It's a treasonable as a felony to take up arms against the nation and kill people, and yet someone will sponsor you to go and pray. Who are you praying to?
Okay, so talking about the NYSC reforms now, thinking about the fact that it is going to be, the leadership will be taken away from the military and handed to a civilian role. Do you think that there might be any opposition or any legal issues to implementing these reforms?
No, they will. That's why he's sending it to the National Assembly. They have to look at any lacuna that may be in the reform and make sure that they are all well attended to. You understand? But the issue is that it is good to be led by a civilian. The military founded it, and that was why we started on that trajectory. The military. There's nothing. They will still be in the camp, teaching them how to. And I will even suggest the way it is right now. Instead of Christopher General Musa telling us to go and learn taekwondo and everything, the people in the NYSC camp should be exposed to combatant tactics. They should be trained, just like they do in Israel. Every child is a soldier. Every child, whether man or woman, you are a soldier. You must be exposed to military training. So you let them incorporate military training also. So that this insurgency we are talking about, we have people who can know how to handle gun. So that it will not be only the terrorists that know how to handle gun. You understand? Let every child that went to university that want to serve know how to handle gun. So when they come and be threatening people, you have a gun, you kill them. I believe in killing terrorists. I don't believe in pampering them or sending them on pilgrimage. Kill them. Let them go and meet their God.
Okay, so still talking about the NYSC reform, what additional reforms do you feel would be necessary to actually make the NYSC a very relevant one in Nigeria of today?
You see, I have already said it. Number one thing is that I love what the president said concerning this NYSC. It's long overdue. But like I said, if we don't secure the land, is a waste. All we are saying here will not make meaning. Nigeria must be secured so that these children who will travel around the country will be exposed. They will understand that these people they told you they are eating human beings, they are not eating human beings. These people they told you that, oh, they are like this, they are not like that. Because you have lived there. I remember when we discussed this thing, a man called. He is from Nnewi area. The man said there was one guy from the southwest here. He mentioned his name. He said the guy served in his community. And the people loved the guy so much that they didn't want the guy to go back. You see what it can happen. He mentioned the name of the guy. He said, if you are still hearing my voice, please remember Susan and so forth. And the guy still visits the community and they still regard him as a hero. He's a Yoruba man in Nnewi. You understand? So for you to, if they didn't send him to go and serve in that area, will he be able to know about the people? He won't.
So you believe that NYSC is still serving the promotion of national unity?
It is serving, but it has been sabotaged by insecurity. That's what I'm saying. I know a lot of parents that will do everything possible to make sure that their children don't go away from their ethnic area. I know a lot of parents who do that. No, I'm going to Abuja. I don't want him to go to Ilu. You hear one thing. Oh, I don't want him to go to Zamfara. Oh, no, because of the story. You don't blame the parents. Anyway, you don't blame them. So that's why I'm saying that the president must make sure. Let's fight terrorism hands down. No pampering of terrorists and their sponsors. Kill them. This country must be secured so that when we send our children on national service, they will be secured. No parent will go home and hear that his child. There was even a case of what happened 2 months ago. I visited a family friend. When I got there, I saw people gathered. What is going on here? They said that the son traveled to the far north on national service and they couldn't get him on phone. My brother,
they entered the panic mode.
Wait, now. It was a terrible situation. They say I should bring my phone. Let them use my phone to call. We call. The number you are calling does not exist.
Does not exist.
The woman collapsed. You understand? The only thing remaining for us to be pouring water on her. I couldn't go home until late in the night when the guy now picked. And they were asking him. When he picked, it was like, we have won a jackpot. What happened? He said, in some areas we cannot receive
no network.
The guy now explained that no problem, it was this and that. That was a big relief. Imagine if we didn't have problem of insecurity. Would we have gathered as if we were mourning somebody just because he traveled? So the president, the idea is good, but the country must be secured. We must take kinetic and non-kinetic action against terrorists and kill them, so that this country will move forward. As far as we are still pampering them, this NYC thing we are talking about will be scuttled. No parent will allow his or her own child to go and serve in a place where you will be going to a mountain to secure. No, nobody likes that. Yes.
All right, you are still on to Wells Radio, 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. Perspective Unlimited is the program you are listening to. And my name is Oyeolorun. The voice you are hearing with me in the studio is that of Chukwuemeka Munachiso. We will soon be going on a commercial break. But before we do that, I want us to move away from the issue of NYSC now and look at some other issues we have been talking about, and especially in the build-up to the election coming up in Nigeria. And now we have reports of fresh crisis hitting parties as INEC portal actually opens. Now, I don't want us to start discussing that now because, like I said, we need to go on a commercial break. So I would like us to come back in the second half and discuss this INEC portal that has been opened. We can see that a lot of people are saying, or the Atiku Abubakar camp are saying that the federal government is trying to weaken opposition, especially saying that they don't want Atiku on the ballot box. We also have on some quarters that Peter Obi has actually been listed on they've given them the access code to the INEC portal for them to put in their candidates. That's against the reports we have yesterday that the Obi party has been deregistered or that the party is in court. So when we come back on the second half, we are going to talk about all of this. And of course, the people at home too would have the chance to participate, call into the studio and give their 2 cents on what is going on. We'll go on a quick commercial break now. When we come back, we'll talk more on Perspective Unlimited this morning. Do stay tuned.
FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Thinking of an all-in-one digital platform that fits your lifestyle and makes everyday payments simple, reliable, and fast?
Oh, wow. Yes, please.
Allow me introduce you to BillStation, your one-stop digital payment solution for individuals and businesses. Built to simplify payments and services for millions across Africa. With BillStation, you can buy cheap airtime and data, pay electricity bills, send money instantly, make online payments, and book flights and hotels. Enjoy our overseas airport pickup services, interstate bus ticket sales, and event tickets, all on BillStation. Fast, simple, reliable.
Wow, that's amazing.
Visit www.thebillstation.com. Download the BillStation app on the Apple App Store or Android Google Play and get welcome bonuses when you sign up. Enjoy fast customer support and a seamless user experience every time. Get in touch with us today.
Email thebillstation175@gmail.com or sales@thebillstation.com.
WhatsApp 091 6858 1914. BillStation. Your world, your money, one station.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Are you hungry for something delicious? Food that feels like home but tastes like pure luxury? Then welcome to Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile. From our smoky jollof to rich ofada sauce to a variety of delicious soups like egusi, eforiro, and more, paired with your favorite proteins and hot, freshly made swallows, all made for you to enjoy. We also handle bulk orders in liters, fresh and ready whenever you need it, with delivery to your doorstep. At Honeydew, it's not just the food, it's the feel. With our beautiful ambience, perfect for your romantic dates, family outings, or your quiet, relaxing evening escape. Join us every last Friday of the month at 7 p.m. for karaoke night with Oyeolorun and enjoy music, games, food, drinks, and free mocktails and cocktails as you sing your hearts out. Visit us at Plot 42, Block 8, Alaafin Avenue, beside Wells Radio, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. For your doorstep delivery or inquiries, call or WhatsApp 0814-691-6635, 0814-691-6635. Honeydew Restaurant, where every meal is made to make you smile.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on these websites: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
All right, you are welcome back to the second half of Perspective Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred awesome radio. Before we went on that commercial break, we were talking about the reforms that will be experienced in NYSC. And of course, Chukwuemeka is of the opinion that that is a very, very good step taken by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And also, before we went on that break, I did say that we will be coming into the second half talking about the fresh crisis that is eating parties, as of course INEC has opened portals for them to put the names of their candidates who will be contesting in the upcoming election in Nigeria. And of course, at this point now, we are going to be leaving the phone lines opened for people at home to call and give their own opinion or give their perspective about the issues we are talking about. But for now, we are going to Punch newspaper, where it is reported that the Independent National Electoral Commission's portal access for the 2027 election has sparked fresh power struggle within major political parties, as rival fractions and state chapters they have dispute control of candidates' upload and nomination list ahead of the deadline. Now, it is learned that the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, that's the some Wike-backed fraction of the People's Democratic Party, has commenced the upload of its candidates for the 2027 general elections to the Independent National Electoral Commission portal after receiving INEC's access code. Now, the PDP National Organizing Secretary, Umar Bature, in an exclusive interview yesterday, confirmed that the party had received all necessary documents from INEC to submit their candidates. However, on another hand, a member of the Taminu Turaki led PDP, they've said that they've not been authorized to, they didn't get the access code to INEC, and that they've expressed confidence that the courts would resolve the party's leadership dispute in its favor before the submission deadline. That is on one side. We also have another report. This is coming from the Nigerian Tribune, saying that the national leader of the Nigerian Democratic Congress, that's the NDC, they have announced that the party has uploaded the name of presidential candidate Peter Obi to the Independent National Electoral Commission's portal. The party leader disclosed this in a statement yesterday, saying that the NDC had filed an appeal against a recent court ruling alongside an application for a stay of execution, which had been served to the INEC chairman and the commission. Now, according to the statement, the party has also been granted access to the INEC portal to upload the names of its candidates in line with the electoral timetable. Now, I know there's been a lot of back and forth on INEC portal and candidates, the registration of parties and all of that. And just yesterday, we still saw reports of a lot of political parties saying that the federal governments, as it were, are trying to weaken opposition. But in the same vein, we are still hearing that Peter Obi has actually, his name is in the portal now, and that they've allowed the NDC to put his name on the portal. Now, is it still very right to say that the federal government is actually weakening opposition, or is it just really the rule of law that is in play in this instances now?
Do you know my disappointment, Kunle?
Yeah,
I must tell you, because I remember when we started this democracy in 1999. I know when the military was in power, and we had a lot of groups running around as Democrats, saying that democracy is the best option for the country. And unfortunately, some of those people who ran around as Nadeko, as people who championed the cause of democracy, are now on the saddle. And you think that those democratic character that they displayed under the military, that you expect to see it in them, see them living it out. But unfortunately, it's not so. Kunle, there is nowhere in the world where where you keep on hitting the polity because of they don't want opposition to have their say or to come up on board. Democracy is about opposition. It's about parties, different parties coming up, presenting their candidates. If you know you have what it takes to be in power, for goodness sake, you don't have monopoly of okay.
We have a caller on the line. Let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Good morning, West Radio.
Good morning, sir.
My name is George. I'm calling you from Oyeolorun.
Mr. George from Oyeolorun, you have the floor.
Yes. Yesterday, when I heard over the news of this issue of the NYC, the first thing that came to my mind is that the president is making another mistake again.
He's making another what now?
Mistake. Yes.
Okay.
You know, when he came forth, the first thing he announced caused the problem of fuel scarcity that led to so many things that we are experiencing now. This time, when we have insurgency that the military are handling, what has the office of the military leadership of the NYC got to give to us as an advantage to what we are having now under the NYC? Has the members of the NYC been complaining that they don't want military training? Is the military training they got before starting off with the NYC program benefiting them at any way at all? Are they paying them? Is it the money they're paying the head of the NYC in the military that is really the problem, or what? Maybe, I decided that I will not talk initially, but I just have to mention these things. Look, if you look at the countries that are taking their youth through military training before ever they go out to go and work, they are benefiting immensely from that training. That initiation is helping so many countries to be able to stand. You see people who are willing to come out to work for the success of the country. You see the experience that the people gain. The experience they gain from that period that they stay within the camp is a massive experience. It helps them to be steadfast in offering themselves to service to their nation. So countries like Ceylonese, Israel, so many of them like that. That is why you have people who voluntarily want to go and join the army to be able to defend their country. What are we talking about? Bringing a civilian to head NYC. Which addition is this going to give to us? The president should please look at this insecurity we are having and find ways to quench it. That is just it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. All right. I don't know. Should we quickly talk about that, or?
Yeah, let's go ahead. The thing is that it does not mean that if it is being headed by a civilian, that the military will not still be training children.
Yes.
I don't think so.
No, it stated that the military will still be there. But before we, let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Adegoke from
Adegoke, you have the floor.
Yeah, on NYSC reform, to me, it's just like the youth system in a new uniform. So I don't think they need to extend their stay in the camp. What is more important is how they will be able to fulfill these people's job after their service. That is what should NYSC reform be about. How employable will the graduate be after they complete their NYSC? So to me, I don't see any reason. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Okay, yeah. So I know it was actually said that the military will still be in charge of the security, and they are still going to have that training in camp. So
it's just for administrative sake.
Just for administrative sake.
Civilian will be. It's just for administration. It's not that the military will be taken away completely. or that they will not still train children. And that's why I said they should be trained on weapon handling. Real military training, so that they can complement whatever. Now we're talking of state policing. Who knows how many of them will end up as members of
the police force
in their own respective states.
Okay, so now back to the issue of NYSC and the open portal. We did say that
I was saying something about it.
Yes.
So what we are saying is this, Kunle, we don't need all these distractions. 2027 will come and go. If he's only a man who is not sure of himself, what he has done, that will be afraid. Kunle, if I'm sure of what I have done in my office, and people are coming for interview, the same position, and I know my onions, I don't need to be frigid. I don't need to be afraid of anything.
Yes, but a lot of people will still say that what is really the fear factor that the federal government is exhibiting? Because it's looking like the political parties already have their internal issues. PDP, for example, they have two fractions.
APC has its own issues, though.
They have their own issues, but they still seem to be the most organized. They seem to, that's what some people would say.
Leave that in.
And coming to this issue now, what implications do you think these disputes for all these parties, what do you think it will now reduce their chances to in these coming elections?
It is not going to reduce their chances. In fact, the more you throw spanner in the works, the more people are getting interested in those parties. I'm telling
There's no bad publicity.
There's no bad publicity. The more you throw things at them, the more people begin to wonder what is so special about these people.
About these people.
You know what I'm saying? And coupled with the way Nigeria is right now. Are you listening to me? Look, Kunle, those days where we had FEDECO, we had Justice Oyeolorun was in charge. Parties were coming with their scorecard. Nobody is talking of scorecard these days. What we do is that we hire influencers, bring musicians. But in those days when we had real democracy, you can't even. I have never attended any rally to see a musician. You see the man coming to tell you what he will do and what he has done. How many of our politicians today will come out and tell Nigerians, this is what I have done, this is what I promised you? And it's about give and take. You made promises that when we give you our vote, this is what you will do. Have you done what you said you will do? We are not talking about it again. That's why we have all these schemes all over the place. I-portal, B-portal, opening portal, not opening portal, closing portal. It is all gimmicks. The issue is, if you promise people living in Mokola that you will build bridge for them, did you build a bridge? Did you build? You told them that you will give them you build gutter did you build it? That's the transparent way of politicking. But our leaders are more interested in politicking than even doing the job which we have elected them to do. It's not about politicking. It's about look, Kule, you may be a strategist in winning election, but you will be a failure in administration. In leader, you know how to win election, but you don't know how to use that power you have to effect a change in the lives of the people. They are not the same thing. That's why I keep saying that we need visionary leaders, people who will take Nigeria to the next level. Politicians are thinking about the next election. Visionary leaders will think about the future. Where are we taking Nigeria to? Now, the world is going electronic car. There are some countries, they have already mapped out when they will fizzle out any car that you see using fuel. But we are still stuck of the next election. We don't have visionary leaders. Well, look at what Awolowo and Co did. People are still benefiting because he was a visionary as a leader. He saw ahead of tomorrow. Look at what they did in this restructuring we are talking of today. That was what took them to Aburi in Ghana. That led to the war. Restructuring. Let's restructure Nigeria so that each group will remain where you. And we made great impact. Restructure Nigeria in such a way that each region will be in charge of their own domain and make progress according to their own. Okay.
Yeah, let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. Well, okay, sorry, we lost that call. So please go on.
Kule, is he not the same restructuring we are still talking today? Do you know when they went for that meeting in Aburi in the 60s? We are still talking about restructuring today. People saw ahead of tomorrow. They knew that, this is what Nigeria will later become. That's the visionary leadership. Not the one that is talking of next election. Let's open portal. Let's not open portal. We don't need all these distractions. Where are you taking Nigeria to? You are a father, Kunle. You know what your children will become. You are looking forward to making them something in future by the grace of God. That is what leadership is all about. Where are they taking Nigeria to? Is it to us to go and fry akara or to be selling as a kuli? Is that what we should be talking at this time and age?
But talking about the leaders taking us to
yes,
a higher place.
Is all about. Yes.
There's a report here talking about cooking gas and that the price has actually gone down. I know we talked about this about 2 weeks ago, and I think it would be a sign of relief for some people to actually hear this. And according to Punch, it says the households across parts of the country are beginning to experience relief as the retail price of liquefied petroleum gas, popularly known as cooking gas, declined following improved product supply and softer depot prices. Now, the latest market update from gas marketers show that retail LPG prices have started easing in major cities after weeks of elevated prices, although the reduction have not been uniform because of varying transport costs, distance and supply, depot and retailer margins. Our checks by marketers indicated that cooking gas is now selling for about 1,100 and 1,350 in Lagos, Ibadan and Abeokuta, while some consumers in Benin City, Port Harcourt and Warri are paying about 1,050 naira to 1,400 naira per kilo. Would you say that maybe the government is working now based on the regulatory board? Maybe they've actually looked at it, and then we're actually seeing the effect of what they are doing now. Could we actually say, okay, kudos to the government for this?
No, Kule, before you say kudos, we have to find out, why did it go up? Why? What happened? You see, this thing you are talking now is not sustainable. At the end of the day, you will see that it will go up again. The question is, we don't look at the root of our problem. We believe in solving problem from the top. No, it must be from the ground.
But from the ground, does it not mean the people? Does that really mean the government?
No, it's the government. It's the government.
From the ground?
Do you produce gas? Do you? No, is it not? Everything is handled by the government. So the question is, why did it go up? Who are the profiteers? Who are the people behind this thing? What did they do? Before we begin to sing Hosanna, we have to find out, why did it go up? What happened? So that we forestall something happening again in that direction. So the question is not that they are selling 1,050 naira in Benin, they are selling 1,200 naira here. What happened that this thing went to 2,500 naira, 2,250 naira? So what happened? If you want to solve problem, you solve it holistically. Don't just look at it that, the price has come down. Let's continue. Tomorrow again, there will be a hiccup. No, that's not how to solve problem. If you want to solve problem, look at the what happened. What actually made this thing to happen? What do we do to prevent it from happening again? That's leadership.
Okay, because we are pressed for time, very quickly, do you think that this price reduction would actually reduce inflation or the cost of living in a meaningful way?
As far as fuel is still where it is.
Fuel?
Yes, that is the recocoa of the whole matter. That's the grandfather and grandmother of the whole problem we have. As far as it is where it is, there is no uhuru. You understand? Yes, it's not yet uhuru because we are still where we are. When you sell a dog and go and buy a monkey, what is stooping is still in your compound. So that is the problem. So unless this inflation of fuel, that's why I said that this is not sustainable. Tomorrow night you will hear another story. Because people will pay transport, logistics to go and get these things. Do you want them to be, they're not for Christmas, they will add their own cost. So at the end of that's why I said we have not solved the problem. It's just a relief. Like you said, it's a relief. It is not yet permanent.
All right, the phone lines are buzzing, but unfortunately, that is as much we can take on Perspective Unlimited this morning. My producer is already turning his hand on his own, giving me signal to leave the studio. Thank you very much, Chukwu Emeka Munachiso, for being a part of the show today. And I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who has contributed to the program today as well. Remember, Perspective Unlimited holds here on the Wells Radio 9.3 FM every Mondays to Fridays by 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. Until tomorrow when another edition will be coming, I would say good morning, God bless you, and thank you as always.
Please listen to this important information. The views expressed by the interviewee in this program are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of Wells Radio 89.3 FM or its affiliated entities. Wells Radio 89.3 FM is committed to providing a platform for diverse perspectives and opinions, and the views expressed by guests on our programs are their personal viewpoints. Wells Radio 89.3 FM does not endorse or take responsibility for the content or opinions expressed by individual interviewees and callers. Thank you.
Is invincible.
You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. Fill your ears with awesome news. Make it do my recover you. Dance to the rhythms and all of the blues. Things that you see on 89.3, yeah. I'm a living proof with testimony. So many blessings coming easily. Things that you get on 89.3. Tune into 89.3. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred awesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go.
It's Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Magic. FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
كان ساعا الكثير لإسبانيول. ضاعت الكرة من جانب إسبانيول. تمريرة خابئة صدمت في الدفاع. رونالدو كريستيانو على اليمين. رونالدو مر. رونالدو عدى بمهارة. يا عيني يا كريستيانو. جميلة من رونالدو هذا كله، والكل يقول أن ليس في مستواه. هذا الهدف عدى من الأول. رونالدو مر. جميلة من رونالدو، جميلة من كريستيانو.
Ja cap a la dreta per Xavi, assistència de Xavi, més cap a la dreta per Messi, Messi, immens Messi, encara 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 Messi, gol, 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 increïble, no m'ho puc...
For Selko, here's Mbappe! Teenage kicks! The ultimate teenage kick!
Nani. Rooney! Oh, wonderful! What a goal! At what a time! In what a place! What a player! Wayne Rooney out of this world! 2-1 United! One of the great goals in the history of the Manchester...
Feel it.
spot. There only can be one at the top. Try to keep up with me if you got what it takes. You better shoot if you got the shot. So if you wanna try to get what's mine, hurry up, you ain't got too much time for a
Okay. I'll talk about Shocker. World Fever 2026 World Cup is not failing to deliver. Yes, sir. The textures out of the World Cup. Speaking about almighty Germany. What a shocker, what a drama, what a scene it was yesterday. Everyone thought it would be a one-way ticket at the Boston Stadium when Germany took on Paraguay in the round of 32. But Paraguay, FIFA ranked 41, gave the shock of their life to Germany. FIFA ranked number 10. It was Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred Osam Radio. Welcome to M Sports. It's your favorite and regular morning sports show. My name is Sam Adelere. But remember, you can simply and always call me Sadelere. Yes, of course, I have Lizette with me this wonderful morning. Together we'll be talking sports. This very wonderful day. Lizette, how are you doing and how are you feeling this wonderful morning?
I'm doing good. Good morning, sport lovers. My name is Lizette Femole Ade, your one and only sport baby. And yes, let's continue preaching the gospel of sports.
Okay, let's continue preaching the gospel of sports. A whole lot to talk about in the world of World Cup. But before then, let's come to the local league to give you stories of flying around, starting up with the Nigerian Premier Football League side, Rivers United in particular. Well, Rivers United Football Club have officially resumed pre-season training. That's as preparations intensify for the 2026-2027 football season. Now, the Pride of Rivers held their first training session yesterday, being June 29, Monday, of the year 2026, at the Garden City Center, Adegoke Amasiamaka Stadium in Port Harcourt. Well, the session was supervised by the club's technical manager, speaking about the big Finidi George alongside members of technical crews as players began preparation for the new campaign. Now, Rivers United will be aiming to challenge for domestic honors in the Nigerian Premier Football League while also preparing for the preliminary rounds of the CAF Champions League. Now, the Port Harcourt side is expected to continue its preparation program in coming weeks as Finidi George works on rebuilding and building a competitive squad ahead of the new season. Now, Lizette, this is the big question for Rivers United, who have decided to call in early preseason for the team. What's your take on Rivers United calling in for early preseason?
Well, I would say they really want to prepare. I mean, they had a chance to win last year's league. They just bottled it in the most weirdest way ever. They had. Do you think that's playing a role
for this early resumption?
Yeah, I think so. I think they want to, check what went wrong. They want to see, moving forward, and also probably giving a statement to other clubs that, okay, we missed the last one. This next one, we're already ready, we're already prepared.
Is starting a early preseason enough to win you the league, or probably, let's say, go far in the Champions League?
Not exactly, but I know that when you prepare well, ahead of time, it gives you advantage. So yeah.
Okay, let's move away from the men to the women's side. Speaking about the Nigerian Women Football League this morning, quickly was officially unveiled the groupings for the 2026 Nigerian Women Football League, the NWFL Championship, setting the stage for an exciting battle for promotion to the NWFL Premiership. Now, a total of 16 clubs will compete in the championship tournament in Calabar, with only 2 promotion plays available for the 2026-27 NWFL Premiership season. Now, in Group A, well, we have Delta Babes, Dream Stars Lady FC, Rosaria Victories FC, and the First My Babes. While in Group B, we have Pelican Stars, Gallants Queens, Ikokoma Queens, and Moje Queens. In Group C, we have the Rangers Women Football Club, the Fortress Ladies Football Club, the Wasback International Sports Academy, and Unification FC. Then in Group D, the last group, we have Imo Strikers Queen, Kwara Ladies
Ladies, Choosing Generation Angels Football Club, and finally Ghetto Tigers, making up 16 teams. Now, with promotions to be top flight at stake, the championship promises a keen competition as club battle for one of the two coveted spots in the NWFL Premiership. Now, all eyes will now be on Calabar as the quest for promotion gets on the way. Now, moving away from the Nigerian side, let's speak about a Nigerian who has done well in the English Premier Football League and has called it quits in the Saudi Pro League. Who else than the former sporting director for Chelsea? Yes, Michael Emenalo. Do you remember Michael Emenalo? He did very, very well with Chelsea during the era of Roman Abramovich. Now, the Saudi Pro League, SPL, has officially confirmed the departure of Michael Emenalo as the head of football, bringing an end to his contractual relationship with the league. Michael Emenalo, the former Nigerian international and ex-Chelsea technical director, played a key role in the rapid growth and transformation of the Saudi Pro League following his appointment. Now, during his tenure, he oversaw football operation and was instrumental in attracting several high-profile players and coaches to the league as part of Saudi Arabia's ambitious football development project. Now, the Saudi Premier League announced that both parties have mutually agreed to conclude their contractual relationship, marking the end of Michael Emenalo's stint in one of the most influential administrative positions in Saudi football. Now, his departure comes after a significant period in which the league gained global attention through major signing and increased international visibility. Now, what do you think should be the next move? Someone who has made his mark in the English Premier Football League make his mark in the Saudi Pro League. These are expectations, but what do you think should be the next move for Michael Emenalo?
In my head, I'm like, okay, what? I mean, because I feel like sometimes when you already have like a successful career, especially in the English Premier League, and go to Saudi and you make impact also, what else do you want to get in football? I mean, Saudi is known for, you know, the money.
It's about the money.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we are giving you this, you know, for being this amazing. Okay, now after the money, what else do you want to do again? Because we really do not need you on the pitch again like before, you know, like, and you already have the money. What else? If there's another league again that's more than Saudi, that, you know, is literally going to give you more money.
Probably wants to test another ground, maybe the La Liga, the Serie A.
Are you serious? You can do whatever I want to do. As it is like this, whatever I want to do, you can do it. You can go round.
Well, like Lizette, you can go round. That's for Michael Emenalo. And moving away from Michael Emenalo, let's talk about former Nigeria winger. Did I call him former Nigeria winger? No. Let's talk about former, how do I put it? I wanted to say former Chelsea coach. Former Chelsea coach Liam Rosselló may actually become the new head coach of Nigerian winger. That's the right word. So former Chelsea coach, speaking about Liam Rosselló, may look set to become the new coach of Moses Simon. Now, Super Eagles winger Moses Simon could be set for a new chapter at Paris FC in the Serie A, with Liam Rosselló reportedly closing in on the League One's managerial position ahead of the 2026-27 season. Now, according to reports, the transfer expert speaking about the big Fabrizio Romano actually broke the news that negotiations between Rosselló and Paris FC are at the advanced stage. The 41-year-old is expected to sign a 2-year contract to replace Antonio Kumbari, whose departure was confirmed after the expiration of his deal. Kumbari took charge of Paris FC in February 2026 and successfully guided the newly promoted side to League One safety, securing an 11th place finish. However, discussion over a contract extension reportedly ended without an agreement, with differences over salary and contractual terms bringing negotiation to a close. But after the tenure of Kumbari, Paris FC decided to test water with the former Chelsea coach for Rosselló The move would make a quick return to management following the end of his spell at Chelsea in April 2026. Remember, the former defender enhanced his coaching reputation during an impressive 18-month stay at Strasbourg in France, where he guided the club to a 7th place League One finish and qualification for European competition. Now he's expected to be the new coach and manage Moses Simon. And moving away from there quickly, finally, before we then take a bow straight up out of Africa to the World Cup, Fulham is interested in a Nigerian player. The Premier League football club, speaking about Fulham, has intensified their pursuit of Nigerian defender Chibuike Nwawu by submitting an improved offer to Turkish side Trabzonspor after the initial bid was rejected. Now, according to Turkish publications, moving around, Fulham's opening offer of 15 million euro was turned down by Trabzonspor, promoting and prompting the club, that's the London club, to return with an enhanced bid worth 20 million euro for the highly rated centre-back. Well, that's a big one. Despite Fulham's renewed approach, Trabzonspor is reportedly reluctant to sanction a sale unless the valuation of 30 million euro to 35 million euro is being met. That's a big stance for the 22-year-old Nigerian centre-back. But that's going to be a statement having another Nigerian playing in the English Premier Football League from Turkey to EPL.
Yeah, of course. I mean, how many do we have right now in the EPL? We have like 3, 4.
We have a whole lot. Okay, you mean playing for Super Eagles?
Yeah.
Chibuike is not in the Super Eagles yet.
Ooh, okay, yeah, it's close now.
Once you move to England, and that's actually the reality.
That's actually it. Because I mean, yeah, there's going to be like more visibility for you, especially when you now get to the league and you're not doing so well. Sharp to enter. So Osumo.
Okay, well, let's see how that is, and from there, let's move straight up, Lizette, to the World Cup. It was shocker yesterday. Speaking about results of games played yesterday, starting up with Brazil. It was a comeback game for Brazil against Japan. Japan drew first blood in the 29th minute, courtesy of Kashio Sano in the 29th minute, but Casemiro in the 56th minute restored parity at the Houston Stadium before Martinelli, at the death of the game, 95th minute, gave the Selical a much needed breathing space. Brazil appeared set to go to extra time against Japan, but Gabriel Martinelli struck late on to send them into last 16 of the World Cup. What's your take on that game?
Well, I was actually Team Brazil, and there's just this scary way, the coach of Japan is. Whenever I see him holding that book and biro, I'm like, it's right in their dead sentence. And they scored the first goal, and I saw the reaction of Ancelotti, like, what is going on? So I was literally scared. And honestly, I'm not a fan of late goal, but I loved the late goal of yesterday because it would have gone to penalty. And when it gets to penalty, to be honest, you really cannot decide what's going to happen. And the cherry on top was Martinelli scored the late goal. So, I felt so good about that win.
Being an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Murasi. well, Brazil defeated Japan 2-1. It was a heartbreak for Japan and their head coach. But just trust me, yesterday after that particular game, the coach for Japan, speaking about Hajime Moriyasu, had to walk to the fans, give them a bow, and it was highly appreciated. A big applause for him after that game.
And a big one for Japan too. They've been doing something at the World Cup after that game. They clean up, and we love that they did that. I'm very sure there are other countries that learned from it. I hope they did.
Yeah, they did at Qatar too. Yeah. So it's no shocker that Japan are proving the neatest team at the World Cup back to back. Well, moving away from Houston Stadium to Boston, everything is tin. But this time is tin. An Arsenal side.
I knew you were going to sit against.
You said Martinelli.
I knew you were going to see. I set trap for you.
Now I wasn't planning to come to the Arsenal route, but the moment you brought Martinelli and Arsenal into the picture,
don't worry now.
An Arsenal side How do I put it?
No, Arsenal side Germany.
Arsenal Germany side.
To be honest, Paraguay played well yesterday. It played well yesterday, and since Germany 2014 win, they've been struggling. 2018 they struggled. 2022 they struggled. 2026 they struggled. Paraguay literally finished 3rd place. How do you now play with Paraguay in round of 32 and you lose to them? Although we know that it went into extra time and later on it was penalty. But how do you? They had the chance. There's a particular time that Paraguay lost 2 penalties. They were supposed to just.
Orlando Gilles, the goalkeeper for Paraguay, stood out yesterday against Germany. But the big news is Manuel Neuer at the age of 40 after that knockout decided.
I feel like it was a wrong choice.
What? How? At the age of 40, what else?
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like this World Cup, a lot of sentiment went into it. I mean, bringing Neymar, bringing this last guy, so they experience it. This cost Germany.
Think Germany should have come in with a different goalkeeper, different number 1?
Yeah, it's a different number 1. I feel like it was the one that cost them this.
Well, but his performance wasn't bad. 7.2 rating. That's fair enough.
And Paraguay is
the man of the match.
See, that's it.
If Germany had won, we won't be saying this.
That's
Nígbà tí wọ́n everybody 7-0,
we shall be change mouth. Don't worry, we shall be change mouth.
Well, Germany knocked out of the World Cup. It's another tale for Germany. Well, they have to try again in the next 4 years.
Yeah.
But painful one for Kai Havertz, for Wheat, and for Sané. Just talk about big players. Yamal Musiala coming on from the bench, but could not really influence the match. Nick Waltmade of Newcastle. But at the end of the day, it's Paraguay in the round of 16. And moving away from that game to the games played in the early hours of today, that match was expected to be a cracker. The Netherlands versus Morocco. And guess what? Morocco stood the test against Netherlands. Well, that game for me was very emotional, especially when Cody Gakpo scored in the 72nd minute of that particular game. Remember, just last week, Cody Gakpo and his wife announced the death of their newborn baby boy. It was heartbreaking, and after scoring that goal, he went straight on his knees and started crying. His teammates had to come up to give him that emotional support, but Morocco found a way to spoil that.
I mean,
it is Morocco defeating Netherlands. How do you feel?
To be honest, like I said yesterday, I was sitting on the fence because I felt the need to support another African country, because if Morocco had lost, we'll be down to 8/10, and I didn't want that in quick succession. So I was partly supporting Morocco, and I was partly supporting Netherlands because I knew that Netherlands was actually a very good team, like on paper. And, also talking about Cody Gakpo, I really just felt sometimes football is very emotional. I'm very sure a lot of people felt like, it's a cool win. I'm sorry. But, football is a little bit emotional, but there's nothing that we could have done. I'm happy for Morocco. I mean, we're still 8 in the... Yeah.
Okay, well, Morocco will be taking on Canada in the round of 16. That's a big test, but you just can't take it away from Morocco.
You can't take it from Morocco.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
That's overcoming that huge obstacle in their search for World Cup glory. Defeating Netherlands in the round of 32 at the Estadio Monterrey is a big one for Morocco. And the shocker is Morocco can surprise you and get to the final. If they get to the final,
we still beef them, but we don't have any choice.
Irrespective, whichever African nation gets to the final, no go hear word last.
No, I feel like some countries are literally like humble than the other. I mean, if Ivory Coast gets there, we'll be okay with it. Senegal will be okay with it. Morocco.
You go to Penina.
Go Penos.
Well, Morocco defeated the Netherlands on penalty 3-2. It ended in favor of the FIFA 7th ranked side. And don't be surprised after this World Cup if Morocco rise up to top 5 in world football.
Nah, wow, making the countdown.
You don't need Penina like that.
Countdown.
They are number 7 currently on FIFA ranking and coming out to beat number 8.
This is literally going to, I'm saying this thing today, that this is going to affect the AFCON title.
Okay, the AFCON.
The AFCON title that is still sitting down to, to visit again in the court. I know this is going to affect the title. If Morocco gets top 5, or at least they are the last African country in the tournament.
I will not that, Jujare.
No,
I'm speaking like the president or the judge, the magistrate of the court of arbitration.
They will give it to them. And the funny thing is, at that point, Africans will never have strength anymore. I need to pay me.
Well, today games will be coming up. 2 games today before the midnight game. Well, today Ivory Coast will take on Norway 6 p.m.
Okay, and by 10 p.m. France and Sweden are also going to meet.
We have someone on the phone line here. Hopefully it's about football. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good morning, Emmanuel.
It's
not sport assembly. How you doing?
I'm good. I mean, this is the original World Cup now that you are watching.
Okay.
This one is just like making Basi. This one is the match that you are watching now. Sure you get.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. Yesterday I wanted to predict, but it was so tight. There is no time. The number was so balls in busy. I was like, okay, it's fine.
Sorry.
Maybe God no one did yesterday. That's why. So, I mean, but no, let's go today. I mean, this is the World Cup. It's showing now.
How do you feel Morocco progressing to the round of 16?
I mean, Baba, I was feeling like, okay, see, if I predicted yesterday, maybe I don't lose all of my games because Germany lost. And then Netherlands, I was like, okay, Netherlands, no, they have not lost to African side. Maybe they will do something again. Well, my think I share Morocco, but Morocco lost in Kaishon. What is that? Let them continue like that. That's why sometimes if you think like this, you'll be like Super Eagle. Why? But let's forget about that one. What you know.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Emmanuel. Thank you for calling on the show. Well, before we take about 0916-893-1000 is the phone line, or 0915-333-4893 or 0911-333-893. Well, France will take on Sweden. Lizette, Ivory Coast to Norway. What are you rooting for?
Oh my God. I mean, I want to support, an African team, of course. But my captain is in Norway, Odegaard. So what should I do?
Please, what's your problem?
I know, I feel like as
capital letters.
Arsenal fans are literally like the most annoying in this World Cup. A lot of them are, especially Nigerians, even if you're not in Nigeria, a lot of them are supporting,
Arsenal player.
Yes, any country that Arsenal player. They were using it to guide. I think boast. You understand? So I'll sit on the fence, but really, I would really love, Ivory Coast to move forward. So that
do you think Ivory Coast can defeat a star forward of Erling Haaland's team?
Well, do you see the way Norway played with France? They didn't come out to play, so with that, I'm going to judge them with that.
Well, Ivory Coast will have a serious test to overcome today if they want to continue their journey in the World Cup, while France will take on Sweden 10 p.m. What are you expecting?
I like to think that this is a very easy game for France, because based on Sweden's run in the group stage, I would say France have this under lock. But
okay,
let's see how it goes.
Then midnight game will be 2 a.m. when Mexico will take on Ecuador. That's for the round of 32. And moving away from there quickly, let's go straight up to the world of tennis before we take about this morning. It was surprisingly a serious scare for Yannick Sinner, who survives an almighty scare as he begins his Wimbledon title defense with a 5-set comeback victory. Number 1, it was a comeback. Number 2, it was a 5-set over Mirmo Kemomovic on the center court. Yesterday we thought it was going to be a walkover for Yannick Sinner.
Yeah, and that's how tennis is, right? Tennis is like really tight, really any mistake, anybody can literally come and just overtake you. But I'm really happy. I almost literally said I cover him in the blood of Jesus.
Well, Cameron Norrie suffered the Wimbledon first round shock of his life. He was knocked out.
I mean, Okay.
It's the Wimbledon, and the drama is not getting set. Tomorrow we'll have time. Yannick Sinner won his first set. Anna Sabalenka, she came angry yesterday, 6-2, 6-3 over Teodora Kostovic.
As she should.
And that's it. And Novak Djokovic too had to win in a 4-set game yesterday over Yubin Wu for Novak Djokovic. Well, and speaking about someone who came in was Osaka, Naomi Osaka, dressing like a Japanese.
She has started this new thing right now that is really like annoying them with her dressing. She's wearing anything she wants to wear. She's like really fashion. She's not wearing the normal stuff. And look at what this is even like a distraction. What do you mean you're wearing this? Come and play tennis. But I'm really glad.
And also Coco Gauff also had a victory in the women's single. Well, tomorrow would have a whole lot to give you concerning the world of tennis. Until then, Lizette, let's take a bow.
All right, enjoy the rest of your day. I am Lizette Femiolade, your one and only sport baby.
Remember, sports will come back 6 p.m. where we'll discuss especially football in Pidgin and in Yoruba. And if you did hear Emmanuel talk about prediction, yes, there is the Sports Assembly FIFA World Cup League going on presently on Sports Assembly. Well, until 6 p.m. in everything you do, make sure to stay out of trouble. My name remains Sam Adeliri. But remember, you can simply and always call me Sadeliri. Until then, bye for now.
You better shoot if you got the shot. So if you wanna try to get what's mine, hurry up, you ain't got too much time. Or it turns into regret. Oh, you better not forget. Feel it, let's see why.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Is invincible.
You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred wholesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred wholesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. See your ears with awesome news. Make it to my recover you. Dance to the rhythms and all of the blues. Things that you see on 89.3, yeah. I'm a living proof with testimony. So many blessings coming easily. Things that you get on 89.3. Tune into 89.3. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred wholesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred wholesome radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. On the microphone,
It's Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Magic. The time is 8 a.m. from Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Your preferred wholesome radio.
Láti ìkànnì kọ̀ǹga Agbọ́nmágbé 89.3 FM gẹ́gẹ́ ní aago 8 àárọ̀ lù.
Jàǹdàlà jùdó ìròyìn Agbọ́nmágbé. Jàǹdàlà jùdó ìròyìn Agbọ́nmágbé. Ẹ filẹ̀ ẹ má gbé kúrò ń bẹ̀ o.
West Radio 89.3.
Jàǹdàlà jùlọ Agbọ́nmágbé ìròyìn rẹ̀.
Lórí West Radio 89.3. Ó yá ìdí ká gbọ́ Jàǹdàlà jùlọ Agbọ́nmágbé ìròyìn.
Ìròyìn
ilé wa àti káàkiri àgbáyé nínú àwọn ìròyìn tó jáde lọ́jọ́ òní.
Ọkùnrin ìlú.
Ẹ̀rọ àgbọ̀ obìnrin ẹ̀yìn náà ẹ̀ má gbẹ̀yìn, ọmọdé tàgbà ó ti yá.
Jàǹgbàlàjùbù ìròyìn agbọ́nmágbẹ́.
West Radio ó ti gbọ́.
Jàǹgbàlàjùbù ìròyìn agbọ́nmágbẹ́.
89.3.
Jàǹgbàlàjùbù ìròyìn agbọ́nmágbẹ́.
Ìròyìn orílẹ̀-èdè wa.
Jàǹgbàlàjùbù ìròyìn agbọ́nmágbẹ́.
Àti káàkiri àgbáyé.
Jàǹgbàlàjùbù ìròyìn agbọ́nmágbẹ́.
Ẹ bá gbọ́dọ̀ yìí o.
Jàǹgbàlàjùbù ìròyìn agbọ́nmágbẹ́.
Bóyá ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́.
Jàǹgbàlàjùbù ìròyìn agbọ́nmágbẹ́. Ìròyìn agbọ́nmágbẹ́ ajífòwúrọ̀ pọ̀ ọmọ tónítóní kò ní báyọ̀báyọ̀ lórí West Radio lẹ́ọ̀.
tó a jẹ́ pé ká mọ̀ kíra wa kó ojúmọ́ mọ́ ní gbogbo ibikíbi tẹ́ ẹ bá ti ń láǹfààní àti mọ̀ gbóhùn wa lóòrọ̀ tòní ọdẹ òdùn bí o ṣàlàáfíà lají gbogbo ẹ̀yin aráalé o àkú ojúmọ́ a sì tún kú ojúmọ́ mọ́ lóòrọ̀ yìí òní ọjọ́ ṣẹ́gun káṣẹ́gun ọ̀tá káṣẹ́gun àbínú ẹni láṣẹ Elédùmarè òní tún wá ní ọgbọ̀njọ́ oṣù kẹfà ti kángára rẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ yìí ti ń kẹ́ni rẹ̀ nù òun ti ń lọ wẹ́rẹ́dẹ̀wẹ́rẹ́ nù ó tiẹ̀ ti lọ ní ńgbà àbàfìríwò yọ̀ látún ti mọ̀ kíra wa kú oṣù tuntun àbọ̀nú oṣù keje nu ìlàjì àkọ́kọ́ ọdún yìí àti lójá ó tọ́pẹ́ ọ̀pẹ́ náà ló yẹ àlójá láyọ̀ àlójá nù àlàáfíà ọ̀pẹ́ ló yẹ ọpẹ́ olóore àdáǹdá tán ni o àwọn ọdẹ sàn tí ẹ ti máa ń fi wọn ti máa ń fi ìlú sí inú mẹ́dùn ní inú èèyàn ò lè dùn kéèyàn pamọ́ra inú mẹ́dùn torí mo rọ́jò òní inú mi dùn nítorí òní sójú mi. Congratulations, ọ̀rẹ́ wa ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ má jẹ́ wọnú stúdíò lọ́rọ̀ yìí o ẹ má jẹ́ ń gbá bọ́ọ̀lù jáde.
ó gbé jáde pẹ̀lú fìlà rẹ yìí ó gbé jáde.
ọ̀làgbà pọ̀ ká dúpẹ́ náà ni ọpẹ́ ló tọ́ sí wa ọpẹ́ ló yẹrú o àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Olódùmarè ìkànnì kànga gbọ́mọ̀gbẹ́ òun lẹ kalẹ̀ sí ibẹ̀ lẹ́tí láǹfààní àti mọ̀ gbọ́wọ́ ibẹ̀ lẹ́ já sí ẹ mọ̀ yín pò ń bẹ̀ ẹ̀ yín òfìlẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yín òkè díẹ̀ sí kó mọ̀ já tantan báwọn Wells Radio 89.3 FM ló wà ibẹ̀ lẹ́ já sí ibẹ̀ lẹ́ kalẹ̀ sí ibẹ̀ lẹ́ bọ́ sí ẹ̀yìn o.
bó ṣe rédíò mi ni yóò mọ wúkọ́.
yàtọ̀ sí wúkọ́ gẹ̀ èmi àtọ́ máa sín yóò mọ̀ sín.
ọlọ́wọ́ gbà wà lórí.
yóò mọ̀ sín mọ̀ gẹ́lẹ́ ẹ̀sẹ̀ aráhùn báyìí gbọ́dọ̀ bá ti rí títí ń já ketekete wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yẹ méje ẹja sá.
sọmọ pé àwa ni ọlá Ọlọ́run ọlá àwọn mọ̀mọ́ wa lílẹ̀ ìbádẹ́mọ̀ sí ọlá Ọlọ́run
àtàwọn
ọ̀gá wa àtàwọn amójú ẹ̀rọ wa.
àwọn náà wọ́n mọ̀ wá yín kínní wọ́n mọ̀ tuntun wọ́n mọ̀ yín tẹ̀wá tiẹ̀ rí iṣẹ́ tiẹ̀ rí tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mi hàn ẹ̀rí pọ́ mọ̀ ọmọ ọ̀dọ́gbọ́n yọjú kí n lè dákọ rẹ̀ ní ìsinmi ẹ mọ̀ dákọ rẹ̀ ẹ mọ̀ jòrí rẹ̀ wújú sí apá rẹ̀ lọ.
tó ń rún gbọ̀nkẹ́rẹ́ sẹ́rẹ́sẹ́rẹ́ báyìí.
mo bá yín kíní ọ̀hún báyìí yóò dàbí ìgbà kó fẹ́ porí rẹ̀ lọ́fun pọ̀ yóò mọ̀ wò báyìí pé wo ló tún tẹ̀ yìí.
ẹ̀rí tí ń wò bí àfin.
ọ̀làgbára àgbéyẹ̀wò ròyìn agbọ́nmọ̀gbẹ́ ilẹ̀ láǹfààní àti mọ̀ gbọ́n lọ́wọ́ níbi tẹ́ ti mọ̀ gbọ́ nípa àwọn ìròyìn bí ti ń jáde lójoojúmọ́ lẹ́wà gbogbo òwe ìròyìn la mọ́ láǹfààní àti kó wá sí gbòòrò ayé tá a sì mọ̀ já jù ú lẹ̀ fẹ́yìn ọmọ Nàìjíríà lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan èjèèjì a tún ti dé lóòrọ̀ tò nínú gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe tiwa àwa náà kọ́ Ọlọ́run lódùmarè ní bàbá wa nation ohun wọn lẹ ti ń gbọ́ látàárọ̀ àwọn ambassadọ̀ Wálé Ẹgbẹ́wùmí ẹ̀mí àti wọn ẹ̀rì ìpòrin la fi wọlé àkọ́kọ́ dárin náà pọ́pẹ́ ló yẹrú o ẹ̀yìn ambassadọ̀ nù àwọn nọ́mbà mi lù ló ṣe tán fẹnu ṣe ti gẹ́ngẹ́ ti gẹ́ngẹ́.
so tó bá yẹ pé o kọrin oníbàtà ní ìsìn ó rí i pé wọn ò lu bàtà sí.
ìlú bàtà náà lẹ́tọ̀ fẹ́nu lù.
lọ́mọ gbọ́ pàǹké kékeré ti gé pé pàǹké kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀ ti gé ti pàǹké. ọ̀gá
ambassador ẹ bá káwọn ará lé.
tó a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run inú wa dùn ni ayọ̀ wa sì kún pé Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kí ojú wa rí ọjọ́ òní èyí tí í ṣe ìparí oṣù kẹfà tó orúkọ tèmi ni ambassador Wálé Ẹgbẹ́wùmí baba one nation ẹ farabalẹ̀ ẹ gbọ́ wa ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ wa ẹ̀yin tí ẹ máa ń pè wọlé mo kí yín mo lù yín lọ́gẹ̀ẹ́ ẹnu lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run Nàìjíríà yóò gbọ́ o a sì jọ jèrè ibẹ̀ ni àti gbogbo ẹlẹ́yin tẹ̀ ń gbọ́ wa pátápátá tẹ̀ láǹfààní àti pé ẹ wo ayé yín ò ní ta tiwa náà ò sì ní bàjẹ́ ẹ ṣe àdúpẹ́.
ẹ ṣeun ambassador Wálé Ẹgbẹ́wùmí ẹ̀yin aráalé ohun ambassador Wálé Ẹgbẹ́wùmí baba one nation ńlẹ̀ ti gbọ́ òun o gbogbo àdúrà àtànṣe yóò mọ́ wa ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí láṣẹ lẹ́dùnmọ́rì ó kọ́ tèmi ò yí padà o Oyeolorun Adegoke ìlú ọkọ̀ tí mò ń jẹ́ ìkànnì kànga Àgbọ́nmàgbẹ̀ Wells Radio 89.3 FM ńlẹ̀wà yìí àgbéyẹ̀wò ìròyìn Àgbọ́nmàgbẹ̀ ńlẹ̀ láǹfààní àti mọ̀ gbọ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ mọ́ yẹn pò ń bẹ̀ mò ń bọ̀ náà. ó yá ò bá a bá ti dẹnu sẹ́bẹ̀ ó ti di dandan ká ṣiṣẹ́ ni ọmọ ọ̀lẹ nìkan láàyè ò gbà ibi gbogbo báyìí ló gbọmọ alágbára ó yá ní pápá níwọ̀rà ṣèṣà ká mọ̀ déènà pẹnu ká mọ̀ fà kókò ṣòfò àwọn ìwé ìròyìn ojoojúmọ́ tó jáde lóòrọ̀ tòní ó tún ti ṣe kíni o ó tún ti bọ́ọ̀tà bọ̀m̀bọ̀ tó sì tún wà lọ́wọ́ mi kàṣàgbọ́à lóòrọ̀ yìí Vanguard Nigerian Tribune Punch These Days The Nation gbogbo wọn lájọ kọ̀wọ́rìn wọnú kulu lóòrọ̀ tòní tí wọ́n gan kódà wọ́n gbogbo wọ́n gan mi létí aṣọ báyìí ni wọ́n gan mọ́ mi létí aṣọ nọ́sà Oyeolorun máwa náà lọ mo ní ẹni sùúrù àjọ kọ̀wọ́rìn náà ni àsìjọ kọ̀wọ́rìn wọnú kulu lóòrọ̀ tòní nù ó yẹ ọmọ Nàìjíríà ó yẹ ẹja àtúnjọ mọ́ gbé síra wa létí ìṣó lórí àwọn ìròyìn tó jáde lójoojúmọ́ tó tún jáde lóòrọ̀ tòní kí n tó tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn ìròyìn ọ̀hún aago 8 ó ti kọjá àṣẹ́jú 10 nínú kùlú hàn bá a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí èwo ni kọ́kọ́ fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ wo ni kọ́kọ́ fi síde ọ̀fẹ́rẹ́ gẹ̀gẹ̀ inú ìwé ìròyìn Vanguard mo balẹ̀ sí ògbùà bó o ní ṣe ilẹ̀ dáa ó dà ó polójú ìwé ìròyìn Vanguard lójúwé àkọ́kọ́ rẹ̀ àkórí tí mo kọ́kọ́ tajú kán rí alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ rẹ̀ òun ló ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ìgbìmọ̀ aláṣẹ àpapọ̀ fẹ́ẹ̀kì wọ́n ní wọ́n mọ̀ ti pàṣẹ wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí àtúntò àti àtúnṣe lórí kíni o lórí òfin àjọ tó ń rí sọ́rọ̀ ọ̀sìnrúùlú lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí àjọ NYSC wọ́n ní láti jẹ́ kí àwọn alágbádá kan máa so lórí rẹ̀ yan àwọn civilian kí wọ́n gbà á pò ẹ mọ̀ páwọn ológun àwọn náà ń ṣàkóso lórí àgbọ̀n bẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ní wọ́n ti ṣàtúnṣe rẹ̀ báyìí àwọn tí alágbádá ni ó mọ̀ ṣe àkóso lórí rẹ̀ ojú ìwé 26 ìwé ìròyìn Vanguard eléyìí tó jáde fún tòwúrọ̀ tòní níbẹ̀ ẹni ẹ ti gba balance ẹ̀ bàbá ti dá gbọ́n bẹ̀ àtúnkàlẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ó yẹ ẹjẹ́ ń pò lágbọ́n bẹ́ àkórí mi rèé o ó pé ìjọba àpapọ̀ wọ́n ti pàṣẹ fáwọn alágbàtà epo pé ẹ̀yin alágbàtà epo wọ́n ní yes ó ní ẹ̀yin alágbàtà epo wọ́n ní yes wọ́n ní etí yín mélòó wọ́n ní méjì náà ní kí lẹ fi ń ṣe a máa fi ń gbọ́rọ̀ ní kẹ̀dẹ̀kẹ́ wọ́n ní ó yá o ẹ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ gbé lójú ẹsẹ̀ wọ́n ní lórí kíni yẹn sà wọ́n ní ẹ mú àdínkù bá iye owó epo mọ̀ ní wọ́n ní ẹ tètè ẹ ṣe tó yẹ ṣe o ẹ jẹ́ kí àdínkù bá iye owó epo wọ́n ní wọ́n ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o wọ́n ní ọ̀rà ìsà wọ́n ní ẹ sà bólóògùn ṣe ní ẹ sà ẹ mú gbọ́ bó ti yẹ ẹ mú gbọ́ ẹ ṣe tó bá yẹ ṣe ojú ìwé 5 ìwé ìròyìn Vanguard ó ní mo ti má kò rí ìyún ó yá o ọ̀fẹ́rẹ́ gẹ̀gẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń tẹ̀ wájú o lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìfẹ̀hónúhàn lòdì sí àwọn àrè àwọn àjèjì àfẹ́ yín ìlú wa mọ́ ẹ máa lọ ìlú yín ẹ ti mọ̀ ọ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè South Africa wọ́n pé àwọn ènìyàn wa tó jọ mọ́ orílẹ̀‐èdè wa tó ń ka wọ́n ju ẹgbẹ̀rún márùndínlógún níye lọ tó jọ mọ́ orílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà yún 15,000 ẹgbẹ̀rún lọ́nà márùndínlógún níye làwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà tí wọ́n sì wà ńlẹ̀ nílùú South Africa o ìjọba ti wá pé àwọn tó jẹ́ ọ̀rìnlénígba ó dín mẹ́sàn-án níye ń làwọn ò tún kó wálé lónìí ọjọ́ Ìṣẹ́gun tó jẹ́ pé ọkọ̀ òfurufú tí ó gbé wọn ti kúrò nílùú ìlátàná tí wọ́n sì tún kó wọn dé lónìí wọ́n mọ̀ já wọn lẹ̀ pé ẹ ti káàbọ̀ ẹ padà dé o ẹ ti délé bàbá yín padà ẹ káàbọ̀ ẹ mọ̀ gbénú àlàáfíà lọ kò sí bẹ̀rù kò sí fòyà mọ́ kò sẹ́ni tí ó lè yín ní àhín wọ́n ní wọ́n ó tún ká wọn míì wọ́n ó tún kó wọn dé lónìí wọ́n ó kó wọn kó lu South Africa ojú ìwé kẹjọ ìwé ìròyìn Vanguard tòórọ́ tòní níbẹ̀ òun ló wà tẹ́ ẹ ti lè ṣẹ̀rí ẹ̀ ó yá àwọn ọmọ ológun àwọn náà ṣe gudugudu méje wọ́n ṣe yààyà mẹ́fà o àwọn ọmọ ológun ní àwọn ò ní gbàṣẹ́ àwọn ò mọ ṣiṣẹ́ táwọn iṣẹ́ tó ríra àwọn táwọn buwọ́lù pé iṣẹ́ báyìí la fẹ́ ṣe àwọn fẹ́ dáàbò bo orílẹ̀-èdè yìí àwọn fẹ́ máa dóòlà àwọn èèyàn látàrí ẹ̀ ìròyìn gbé páwọn ọmọ ológun wọ́n dóòlà àwọn 10 níye nínú ìkọlù táwọn ikọ̀ agbésùmọ̀mí kan ṣe sílé ẹ̀kọ́ ní Borno èyí táwọn àtìláwí fi kó àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó ń ti àwọn olùkọ́ àtàwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tó ń jókòó ṣèdánwò NECO lọ́wọ́ wọn ní àwọn ọmọ ológun wọ́n dóòlà àwọn onítọ̀hún ojú ìwé kẹjọ ìwé ìròyìn Vanguard olówà ó yá ìwé ìròyìn Nigeria Tribune náà òun náà ó tẹ̀lé mi wá sí gbòòrò ayé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àtúntò àtàtúnṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ àjọ tó ń rí sí ìsìnrú ìlú òun náà jáde ọ̀rọ̀ ìkọlù àwọn agbésùnmọ̀mí ikọ̀ bokoboko òun náà ó ṣe kíni o ó wà ní inú ìwé ìròyìn Nigerian Tribune lóòrọ̀ tòní ó yá ìwé ìròyìn Punch náà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń sáré mọ́ ọmọ ní pápá pàbáhùn lórí wàhálà ẹ̀yọ́ ọkọ̀ wọn kò ẹ̀yọ́ ọkọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú wọn kú ò ẹ̀wọ̀n ò ṣe ń tó yẹ wọn ò dáńtọ́tọ́ wọn ò tẹ̀lé àwọn ìlànà tó yẹ ẹ ti mọ̀ fà á kájà tí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú lóríṣiríṣi táwọn ilé ẹjọ́ sàǹdájọ́ tó ń dájọ́ pé ẹ fagilé ẹgbẹ́gi ló kọ wọn ẹ̀ ń yo lórí wàhálà ọ̀hún ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú NDC wọ́n ti pè fún ẹjọ́ kò tẹ́mi lọ́rùn wọ́n ń gbé ìgbésẹ̀ wọ́n ní àwọn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbé ìgbésẹ̀ báyìí o láti fi ìwé sọwọ́ sí àjọ tó ń rí sọ́rọ̀ ètò òdìbò lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí yan àjọ olómìnira tó ń rí sọ́rọ̀ ètò òdìbò yun INEC wọ́n ní àwọn ò fún wọn wé ẹjọ́ kò tẹ́mi lọ́rùn láìpẹ́ ojú ìwé kejìdínlógún ìwé ìròyìn Punch olówà kódà àwòrán Dixon Ọ̀nàyàbẹ̀ gbàgàdàgbàgàdà àjọ tó ń gbógun ti ìlòkulò àti àṣìlò oògùn tó ń ti egbòogi olóró yun NDLEA wọ́n ti ń kó àwọn ohun nǹkan ìjagun alágbára bíi àwọn ìbọn alágbára AK-47 láwọn òṣìṣẹ́ wọn lọ́wọ́ láti lè kojú àwọn tó jingiri nínú iṣẹ́ ká máa gbé gbòógì ká máa gbóògùn olóró yìí kíṣẹ́ wọn ò lè bá a lọ bó ti yẹ kí wọ́n lè bá a lè jàjà òun lájàṣẹ́gun àtàjàyè ẹ̀yìn òun ti ń kọ́ àwọn ohun ìjagun fún wọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń bọ̀ ọ̀nà tó ń ti mọ́ ti dóòlà àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àtolùkọ́ òun náà ó jáde nínú ìwé ìròyìn Punch lóòrọ̀ tòní lórí ìdíje dupò ọmọ oyè tá a fà á lẹ̀ rí lọ́dún 2027 wọ́n ní dùgbẹ̀dùgbẹ̀ tuntun ó tún bá àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kan bí ojú òpó àjọ INEC bá ti sí ilẹ̀ pé ẹ máa fowókọ àwọn ọmọ oyè yín ibẹ̀ ẹ máa fowókọ àwọn ọmọ oyè yín ibẹ̀ ẹ máa fi wọ́n sójú òpó ọ̀hún láti fún oníkálùkù access code àwọn kan ti rí àwọn kan ń páwọn ò rí bóò ló ti jẹ́ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ńbẹ̀ ẹ gbọ́ ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó wọ́n pé wọ́n léwájú lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà o lórí ìkíni wọn láwọn náà gbapò kẹ́ni nínú àwọn tó lùgbàdì àrùn HIV kọ́lọ́hún ó ṣàánú wa wọ́n ní ọlọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan wọ́n ní ó gún òṣìṣẹ́ LASTMA pa lákòókò tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìgbófinró lójú òpópónà ẹ̀mọ òṣìṣẹ́ LASTMA tó jẹ́ pé àwọn náà ń rí sísún kẹrẹ fàkẹrẹ ọkọ̀ nípínlẹ̀ Èkó tí wọ́n mọ̀ ṣàkóso rẹ̀ pé ẹ kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ dúró báyìí ṣe báyìí ẹ̀yìn o wọ́n ní ọlọ́kọ̀ọ̀kan ló bá mú ẹni ẹlẹ́ni ọ̀nìyàn ọlọ́nìyàn lákòókò tí rọra ń ṣiṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ tíjọba gbélé lọ́wọ́ lòun bá wò pé ntí oríran ni kóun kàn kọlù ú ló bá sì kọlù sẹ́ni ẹlẹ́ni bọ́rọ̀ òun ti jẹ́ ẹ gbọ́ bò ń bọ̀ náà. lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbìmọ̀ àpapọ̀ fẹ́ẹ̀kì wọ́n ṣe ìpàdé nílùú Àbújá níbi tó jẹ́ pé ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu náà darí ìpàdé ọ̀hún. Níbi ìpàdé tán wá ṣe yìí, lára àwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹnu kò lé lórí ó ní àtúntò kan lórí àjọ tó ń rí ṣètò òsìnrú ìlú, níbi tí wọ́n ti pé kán gbé ìgbésẹ̀ kí wọ́n ṣe àwọn àtúntò kan tó fi jẹ́ pé ìjọba alágbádá ni ó máa ṣàkóso ni ó máa darí rẹ̀. Àtúngbéyẹ̀wò tó wá fẹ́ ṣe sófin àjọ tó ń rí sí ìsìnrú ìlú ọ̀hún ó jẹ́ àkọ́kọ́ ti àjọ náà láti ìgbà tó ti wà nílẹ̀ nínú ìtàn láàrin ọdún 53 sí àkókò tá a wà yìí ni wọ́n ti ṣòfin kàn lórí ẹ̀. Wọ́n wá pé lára àwọn nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe ọ̀hún kèékàn ṣe pé kí alágbádá èèyàn bíi tiwa tí èso lógun kó kàn máa darí wọn nìkan o. Wọ́n ní wọ́n máa fún wọn ní àwọn ìkọ́ni tí ó dàbí ìgbà téèyàn fẹ́ ròyàn lágbára bóyá nǹkan tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú sí ọwọ́ téèyàn ó fi lè lọ́gbọ́n àtinúdá tiẹ̀ náà. Wọ́n ní wọ́n fún wọn láwọn oríṣiríṣi ìkọ́ni. Kódà wọ́n ní àkókò tí wọ́n máa lò ní bùbá ìpàgọ́ bí wọ́n máa ń fi wọ́n síná tí máa ń ṣègbáradì kọ́nilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nípa ìsìnrú ìlú. Wọ́n lọ́sẹ̀ 6 wọn máa lò ń bẹ̀ wáyé wípé gbogbo ètò tó bá yẹ kán máa kọ́ wọn láti rí i pé wọ́n jẹ́ ẹni tó ní sí ọwọ́. Wọ́n ní wọ́n fún wọn láwọn ìmọ̀ tó tún yẹ, wọ́n ṣe àwọn ètò míì tó tún yàtọ̀ tó yẹ pé àwọn gan wọ́n kì í ṣe pé wọ́n yọ àwọn ọmọ ológun pátápátá o. Wọ́n lọ́rọ̀ tó bá ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú àmójútó ètò ààbò àwọn àgùnbánirọ̀ káwọn ọmọ ológun kan máa tẹ̀ wájú níyàn, ṣùgbọ́n wípé ẹni tí ó máa jó lórí wọn ní kán lo alágbádá bíi ti àbá yìí kó mọ̀ jó lógun kó mọ̀ já àwọn ọmọ ológun ni ó máa ṣe olórí rẹ̀. Pé àjọ òsìnrú ìlú wọn ti mú àtúntò bá ètò wọn. Baba One Nation ẹ̀já kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ lágbọ̀n bẹ̀rùn kí ni ẹ̀rí ṣe sí pẹ̀lú bí nǹkan ti ń lọ lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí. Ọ̀rọ̀ òsìnrú ìlú kò ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wáyé látàrí bí ó ti jẹ́ pé bí ọmọ bá ti kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè jáde èyí tó kàn náà ni kó lọ sìnlú bàbá rẹ̀ àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ tó sì jẹ́ pé gbogbo ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ló lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ sí i tó ní kálukú bá ti níwèé ẹ̀rí tó dáńtọ́ táwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ rẹ̀ sì ti fòǹtẹ̀lù tó tún fìwé rẹ̀ ránṣẹ́ pé ọmọ yìí dáńtọ́ ọ̀dọ̀ wa ló ti jáde o. Ó di dandan kó ṣàgùnbánirọ̀ kó sìnrú ìlú tó sì jẹ́ pé bí èèyàn bá débẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ ológun àwọn ní ìṣàkóso bẹ̀ tó jẹ́ bíi DG ọmọ ológun ni DG ọ̀gágun ológun ni àwọn tí ń kọ̀yàn ní ipa béèyàn ṣe ń ṣe téèyàn ó ṣe máa mú ṣe bí ológun náà wọ́n ó kọ́ ọ̀yàn bó jẹ́ pé béèyàn bá ti débẹ̀ báyìí lèyìn ó ti máa rọ́wọ́ jà àwọn ọmọ ológun lórí ìdúró gbágbágbá tí wọ́n ti máa darí ẹ̀ pé ó tó ń lò white fowl ó yá do this tó yẹ pé ìwọ gan ńgbà tó bá fi lóye ọ̀sẹ̀ tó lò tán ìwọ gan ó ti máa dàbí ológun. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá sì wò múra wọn náà báwọn náà bá dì pápá báyìí ẹ mọ̀ rí i pé ọwọ́jà àwọn ọmọ ológun ń bẹ lára wọn. Ṣùgbọ́n wàyí wọ́n pé wọ́n fẹ́ gbé fáwọn civilian. Baba One Nation bó tiẹ̀ tún jẹ́ pé wọ́n tún máa wọn àyípadà báwọn ètò kan pé wọ́n ò mọ̀ kọ́ wọn láwọn sí ọwọ́ àtàwọn nǹkan kan tí ó jẹ́ kí wọ́n lè dá dúró tí ó tún fi kún àfojúsùn ìjọba lórí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé tí wọ́n ń fojúsùn ní tírílíọ̀nù owó lówó tùlùtùlù wọ́n ní wọ́n èyàn náà ó tún wà lára rẹ̀ Baba One Nation kí lè rí sọ sí.
tí o adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí ara lé ìgbésẹ̀ tí wọ́n gbé yìí ìgbésẹ̀ tó dára ni nítorí wípé ìdí tí mo fi ní ìgbésẹ̀ tó dára nìyí tí èèyàn bá wo ọ̀tún tó wò sí gbogbo nǹkan kò gbọ́dọ̀ máa lọ díngbírí. Ọmọ tí èèyàn bá bí tó bá yẹ pé ó bá wọn bí tán ó bọ́ sípò rákòrò ó wá rákòrò títí tẹ ewu ọdún kan ẹ̀rù ó mọ̀ bá ìyá rẹ̀ yìí pé kó má di ìdàkudà mọ́ òun lọ́wọ́. Nàìjíríà ń rákòrò ni nípa pípò máa lo àwọn ọmọ ológun láti máa darí wọn tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀. A wà ní ipò rákòrò ní àkókò yẹn ni. Ìdí tí mo fi ní a wà ní ipò rákòrò ni wípé àwọn ológun wa iṣẹ́ ológun ni wọ́n bíi pé ọmọ ológun bíi pé àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbaṣẹ́ ológun ó ní wọ́n ṣe ń tírèènì àwọn àgùnbánirọ̀ wa. Ṣẹ̀sì wàá mọ̀ yìí pé kì í ṣe pé ńgbà wọ́n bá wá jáde ọ̀hún gan wọ́n lè fi iṣẹ́ ológun yẹn jẹun rárá òǹkálùkù ó gbà bí tiẹ̀ lọ ni èyí tó máa ríṣẹ́ ní abẹ́ ilé iṣẹ́ ìjọba ni abẹ́ iṣẹ́ àdáni ni kò ní tìtorí ẹ̀ sọ pé òun lọ gbaṣẹ́ ológun. So tá a bá wá rírú èyí a ó rí wípé in tó yáni lórí tínú wá dùn sí ni ìgbésẹ̀ tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ gbé lára àwọn nǹkan tá a dẹ̀ ń expect náà pé kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ni nígbà tó bá yẹ pé nínú àfikún nǹkan tí wọ́n ṣe tó dẹ̀ tún wú wa lórí ó ní wípé wọ́n á tún máa fún wọn ní àwọn ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lóríṣiríṣi lórí ètò ìkọ́ṣẹ́ ẹ ó rí i pé tí wọ́n bá jáde pẹ̀lú pé ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí tí wọ́n bá kó ń bẹ̀ tán iṣẹ́ yòówù tí wọ́n bá yàn láàyò yóò jẹ́ ohun wúlò fún wọn torí mo rántí ìgbà kan láyé Goodluck Jonathan wọ́n ṣe àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ rí láyé kí n sọ pé gọ́vnà Adébáyọ̀ Àlàó Àkàlà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn gan tí wọn ò lọ tó pé wọ́n lọ sí yunifásitì wọn ò lọ síbi kankan ni àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wọ́n kàǹpù wọn síbi kan wọ́n kọ́ wọn níṣẹ́ ọwọ́ iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ àwọn tó bá fẹ́ lọ sọ́sìn ẹja ọ̀sìn ìgbín àkókò ìgbà náà ga àwa náà tẹ̀ tó ti dàgbà tá a tún jẹ́ pé àwa náà a tún láǹfààní láti bá wọn ṣe nínú ẹ̀ tó sì jẹ́ pé nǹkan tó wú ni lórí gbà ni by the end of the day nígbà tá a parí wọ́n fún wa ní sàtífíkẹ́ẹ̀tì iṣẹ́ tá a kọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ so àwọn tó ń kọ́ṣẹ́ ọ̀yà bí wọ́n ṣe ń sin ọ̀sìn ọ̀yà bí wọ́n ṣe ń sin ọ̀sìn ìgbín sàtífíkẹ́ẹ̀tì ẹ̀ tiẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ tèmi so gbogbo àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí ló yẹ kí àwọn ṣẹ́mọ̀ ọgbọ́n àtinúdá gbọ́dọ̀ wà fún wọn torí pé àwọn èèyàn wọ̀nyí tí wọ́n bá ti jáde tán kì í ṣe pé bí wọ́n bá ti kú tí wọ́n bá ti sìrú ìlú tán kì í ṣe pé immediately náà wọ́n ó ríṣẹ́ rárá ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí wọ́n bá ti ní àwọn nǹkan yìí lọ́wọ́ àwọn náà ó rò nínú ọkàn ara wọn pé ẹ jẹ́ ká mú ọgbọ́n àtinúdá tiwa náà káwa náà ó ṣe é so in tíjọba àpapọ̀ ṣe in tó dùn mọ́yàn nú ni ṣé wàá rí àwọn ológun inú mi tó dùn pé wọn ò jẹ́ kí àwọn ológun yẹn ó yẹ̀ bá tán yányán ìdí ni pé ẹ má jẹ́ ká tanra wa jẹ ẹni tó jẹ́ pé iṣẹ́ mi náà ni ó lọ ṣe ó yóò fẹ́ gbàṣẹ́ agbófinró tí àwọn yẹn náà bá wà lápá kan apá kan ni so apá kan táwọn wà yẹn iṣẹ́ pé àwọn ẹlòmíì lè sọ pé n tí mo yàn láàyò ń tèmi because ẹ wù ní nǹkan ẹlòmíì lè sọ pé òun fẹ́ ṣe sójà ni ẹlòmíì lè sọ pé àwọn ajagun orí òfurufú ló wo òun bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ṣùgbọ́n àwọn yẹn wọ́n wà ní ipa bẹ́ẹ̀ then ààbò ó dẹ̀ tún wà fún wọn níbikíbi tí wọ́n bá kàǹpù wọn sí mo dẹ̀ tún dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìjọba àpapọ̀ pé kì í tún ṣe ọlọ́jọ́ gbọ́rọ̀gbọ́rọ̀ ni wọ́n fún wọn lẹ́yìn tó jẹ́ pé ó fi hàn wáyé pé tí irú eléyìí bá ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ ni ọkàn wọ́n máa balẹ̀ pé tó Nàìjíríà náà tó ti ń rí apá kan jà sí lẹ́yìn tó jẹ́ pé a lè tọ́ka sí.
ó dà ẹ ṣeun bàbá wa nation ṣùgbọ́n ẹ mọ̀ pé kálukú ló ní àǹfààní sí èrò títí ẹ̀ èrò ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ lóníkálùkù máa ń rò.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ètò ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀.
ṣé ẹ wá rí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà wọ́n fi èrò oníkówá wọn sọwọ́ sójú òpó ayélujára táwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà sì ń takò àwọn kan ń takò àwọn kan ń ṣègbè lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ lára àwọn kan tó takò wọ́n pé nígbà tí wọ́n bá fi wọ́n bẹ̀ tó yẹ pé wọ́n kó wọn bẹ̀ tí wọ́n sì jẹ́ kí alágbádó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa ṣàkóso lórí wọn wọ́n ní ìgbà táwọn ológun ń ṣàkóso wọ́n ní owó oṣù owó ọkọ̀ ní o èyí tán máa ń fún wọn pé owó òrìṣẹ́ yín rèé wọ́n ní gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n ní wọlé sínú àsùnwọ̀n àwọn àgùnbánirọ̀ tó fẹ́ sìnrú ìlú lákòókò tó yẹ wọ́n ní ìgbà tíjọba alágbádá àbí tí alágbádá kan bá fi lè jẹ́ olórí báyìí wọ́n ní ọgbọ́n ìwà àjẹbánu ọgbọ́n àtúntì kówó jẹ òní àwọn míì wọ́n tún fi àríwísí wọn náà sọwọ́ sójú òpó ayélujára wọ́n pé bó bá ìgbà tó lógun wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n ní kò sí ẹni tí ò ní sìnrú ìlú tí ó lóun ó gbàwé ẹ̀rí wọ́n lẹ́ni tọ́jú orí rẹ̀ bá ti kọjá ọjọ́ orí tí wọ́n fi í lẹ̀ wọ́n ní wọ́n fún ní lẹ́tà kan wípé wọ́n exempt ẹ̀ nítorí pọ́jú orí rẹ̀ kọjá ọjọ́ orí tó lè wá ni ó sì láwọn ètò tí wọ́n ó tún gbé gbà náà pé ọjọ́ orí tiẹ̀ ti kọjá ẹni tí ń sìnrú ìlú wọ́n wá pé bí alágbádá bíi ti ara yìí tó jẹ́ pé tiwantiwa tí èso lógun tó bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣàkóso wọ́n ní wọ́n mọ̀ lò bí ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú tó jẹ́ pé èèyàn wọn ò bá sìnrú ìlú ò bá àmọ́ sìnrú ìlú wọ́n ní wọ́n mọ̀ fún wọn níwèé ẹ̀rí ọ̀hún bó ti wù wọ́n ni kí lè rí sọ séèyàn náà.
sórí àwọn tí wọ́n sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn mo dúpẹ́ pé wọ́n sọ wọ́n lè sọ jáde torí pé bó di ó bá gbọ́ràn á sọ létí ọmọ ẹ̀ ni ṣe rí ìsìnrú kò sí nǹkan tó burú jù nínú kan yan alágbádá ṣùgbọ́n irú alágbádá wo ni wọ́n fẹ́ yàn ìbá ṣe mi ìbá ṣe wọ ṣe rí àwọn èèyàn kan wà ní agbọn ni pé alójú àánú tó yẹ pé àánú kì í tán lójú wọn láti ṣiṣẹ́ wọ́n sì believe nínú wípé àwọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ fọ ibi pọ̀ ọmọlàkejì. Irú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ló yẹ kó wà ní agbọ̀n níbẹ̀. Tí àwọn alágbádá bá wà ń bẹ̀, ok, mo fẹ́ sọ kinní kan, ẹnìkan mo kàn fẹ́ fi ṣe àpẹẹrẹ ni o. Nígbà tí adájọ́ bá jókòó torí pé ọmọ òun ṣẹ̀ tó jókòó lórí àkókò ìgbà tó yẹ kó ṣe ìdájọ́, tó máa ṣe ìdájọ́ yẹn tó wá wò pé ìwọ ọmọ mi, ìní sọ pé torí pé ojú ọmọ mi o sì ṣẹ̀ sófin olùfin, tó dẹ̀ ní ìyà tó tọ́ sí pé kó lọ jẹ́. Ṣé mọ̀ pé irú ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀ ní discipline, ó ní ẹ̀mí ìkóra ẹni níjàánu. Ó dẹ̀ wò wípé abala nǹkan tọ́mọ òun ṣe yẹn ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó, kò ṣe nǹkan tó dáa. Irú ìjọba àwa ara wa tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́ báyìí, ìjọba ààrẹ Tinubu ìní kó yẹ ká bẹ̀ pé irú àwọn wo ló fẹ́ gbé bẹ̀. Ṣé rí àwọn nǹkan tí ń ba ìjọba jẹ́, kí ìjọba ó ṣe nǹkan dáadáa gan kó jẹ́ nǹkan tó wuni lórí. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká tanra wa jẹ. Tí ó bá ṣe nǹkan tó wuni lórí, tí ẹni tá a gbé síbẹ̀ tí ò bá ṣe dáadáa, tí ò ṣe nǹkan tó wuni lórí ńkọ́, yóò bàjọba yẹn jẹ́. Ẹni tó sì jẹ́ olórí yẹn ni wọ́n pariwo. So ẹni tó ṣe pàtàkì ni pé ìjọba Tinubu ní ká rọ̀, ààrẹ wa ní ká rọ̀ pé ta ni nínú ẹni, kì í kàn ṣe pé ẹ̀yin ní ìjẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi. Ǹjẹ́ mọ̀ pé èèyàn lè mú opposition gbà mí, tí opposition yóò dẹ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ tí ó dẹ̀ da, tí ó yẹ pé ìjọba àwa ara wa, níta ń pè níjọba àwa ara wa ni pé ẹni yìí yóò wúlò fún wa, ẹja mú kó wá bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ papọ̀. Àti rírú ẹ̀ rí lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà yìí, tó yẹ pé àjọṣepọ̀ wà láàrin ẹgbẹ́ mi sí tiwọn, pàápàá nígbà ayé bàbá wa Ọbásanjọ́. So tó bá wá rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹni tí a mọ̀ wípé ó lè wúlò, tá a mọ̀ wípé ó dángájíá, ènìyàn fi síbi nǹkan. So in tó kù ní fún ìjọba wa tá a lè fún wọn nímọ̀ràn nìyẹn, wípé tó ẹni tẹ́ ẹ bá fi bẹ̀ kó jẹ́ pé ẹni tó jẹ́ pé kò ní máa jẹ wọ́n lówó. Ẹni tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ fi síbẹ̀ tí ò ní jẹ́ olójúṣàájú ènìyàn pé àwọn èèyàn tèmi ni mo fẹ́ kó síbẹ̀. Tí bá ti ń lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, kò ní sí òtítọ́ mọ́ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà, nítorí pé bí àwọn ológun ṣe máa ń handle nǹkan ilé àwọn handle kan tiwọn yẹn ó dẹ̀ nítumọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n èmi máa ń believe nínú pé téèyàn bá fẹ́ ṣe ìjọba ń gbà mí, kò túmọ̀ sí pé mo fẹ́ ṣe ìjọba fún àpẹẹrẹ nísìn, bóyá mo du oyè kan, mo wà ní inú oyè yẹn. Now mo wá lọ sí àdúgbò bòmí, ká pé àdúgbò tèmi ò ní ná, mo wá rí i pé wọ́n mọ̀ tí ń ṣe sólà sádùúgbò bòmí, kò sí nǹkan tó burú jù nínú pé kí n wo àwòkọ́ṣe àdúgbò yẹn, kí n wá fi ṣe iná sí àdúgbò tèmi, nítorí pé àríṣe laríkà àríkà ń bàbá règún, ní tí èèyàn bá sì ṣe lónìí ní ó dohun tán lọ́la. So ìmọ̀ràn ìjọba nílò lórí ìyẹn pé ta ló fẹ́ fi í bẹ̀, àwọn wo ni wọ́n fẹ́ fi ságbọ̀n nìyí. Tó bá ti lè jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀, ìjọba wọn ó dáa, yóò dẹ̀ nítumọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n tí wọ́n bá lọ fi ẹni oníjẹkújẹ, olè, ẹni tó yẹ pé kò olójú ṣókíṣókí, tó yẹ pé ìmọ̀tara ẹni nìkan, bámúbámú la yó, èmi ò mọ̀ pé bí ń pọ̀ mọ́ ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan náà fẹ́ fi síbẹ̀, ìnìkan ló lè bàjọba Tinubu jẹ́ o. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá ti jẹ́ pé ẹni tó ní discipline ni, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ rí pé ó lójú àánú, kì í kàn ṣe pé a mú certificate lásán, kì í ṣe pé a nímọ̀ lásán, àwọn wo ni wọ́n ní sense of administration. Àwọn kan wà tó yẹ pé ọpọlọ wọn pé wọ́n mọ̀ ètò bí a ṣe ń ṣe ìjọba, ta ni ó yẹ ká fi síbí, ẹni yìí wúlò fún nǹkan báyìí, yóò dẹ̀ mú iṣẹ́ tiwọn náà yóò mú yọ bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn.
Ọ̀dà ẹ ṣeun ní orí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún. Ọ̀dà ẹjẹ́ àpò ní agbọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ sìnrúurú, ẹjẹ́ á bọ́ sórí eléyìí. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí wọ́n ti pàṣẹ fún àwọn alágbàtà epo ìwé kan mú àdínkù báyìí tí wọ́n ń ta epo. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹyẹbò fọpo Dangote náà ti pinnu ó ti má yí padà báyìí owó epo rẹ̀. Lórí ẹ̀ náà ó wá ní àwọn onílé ìtajà ilé epo oníkálùkù wọn ìwọ̀nba owó tí wọ́n já kò tó nǹkan. Ìjọba àpapọ̀ ti wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé nípasẹ̀ mínísítà ló fọ̀rọ̀ àlùmọ́ọ́nì epo rọ̀bì sẹ́nitọ́ Enken Lopobiri, wọ́n wá sọ̀rọ̀ l'Àbújá lánàá nígbà tí wọ́n lọ ṣèpàdé kan pẹ̀lú àjọ tó ń mójútó ọ̀rọ̀ epo lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí NMDPRA. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ pé pẹ̀lú bágbà tó tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé à ń sọ pé wàhálà àti epo rúru tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ òkèrè òun ló jẹ́ kí nǹkan lágbára báyìí. Wọ́n ní ìgbésẹ̀ ti wáyé láàrin Iran àti orílẹ̀-èdè Amẹ́ríkà tí kinní ọ̀hún sì ti lọ́ọ̀lẹ̀. Wọ́n ló yẹ káwọn elépo kí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa mú àdínkù bá owó epo. Wọ́n ní ṣùgbọ́n kinní ọ̀hún ò tí ì fojú hàn, kò tí ì dàbí pé àdínkù ti ń bá iye owó epo náà wọ́n á sọ fún wọn pé ẹ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ o ẹ jẹ́ kí àdínkù ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bá iye owó epo ní wàràǹsàṣà kódà wọ́n tún sọ fáwọn kan tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ń dọ́gbọ́n sí tiwọn tó jẹ́ pé ńgbà yẹn bá re epo bóyá bíi ẹ̀jẹ̀ ń sàpẹrẹ bóyá bẹ́ẹ̀ bá lẹ̀ fẹ́ re epo 10,000 báyìí ńgbà wọn ò bá tà ńgbà tẹ́yìn kó bá gbẹ́ mọ̀ wò pé sépò yìí sì tó nǹkan báyìí ẹ pé wọ́n ò tà fún yín tí ó dán 10,000 lójú kínní o nígbà ẹ bá wò lẹ́mọ̀ pé kínní àṣẹ á rí báyìí ni wọ́n á pariwo fún wọn pé kí wọ́n gbé ìgbésẹ̀ kí wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í ṣe tó tọ́ àti tó yẹ báyìí o wọ́n ti ń fún wọn ní ìkìlọ̀ pé ẹ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ mú àdínkù bá owó epo ní wàràǹṣeṣà ni wọ́n fọ̀rọ̀ léde bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá One Nation ẹ jẹ́ ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ látòrí eléyìí à ń pariwo pé ìjọba ẹ̀já mọ̀ tí ẹ̀ fi mọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ewé epo nìkan ẹ̀já mú wọnú ọ̀rọ̀ oúnjẹ ìjọba ẹnìkan sọ̀rọ̀ kan inú ọkọ̀ ni mo wà níjọ́ náà mo wà nínú mọ́tò ẹnìkan wá sọ̀rọ̀ òun ó ní tí nǹkan bá fi lè ròkè Nàìjíríà ó ní ò ṣeéṣe kó wálẹ̀ mọ́ ó ní bí ò bá tiẹ̀ wálẹ̀ ó ní bí ń tí báyìí wọn ò ra jámbẹ̀ ó ní ò ní padà síye ti tẹ́lẹ̀ tó fi kọ́kọ́ ròkè bí nǹkan òun bá ti bọ́ pò padà níbo mo wá ń lọ ó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ń gbé owó ọkọ̀ ní bóyá àpò kan tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ní tí owó epo ròkè tí wọ́n sọ di àpò 2.5 ó nígbà tó owó epo ọ̀hún bá padà sí iye tí wọ́n fi ń gbé lápò kan tẹ́lẹ̀ ó ní yóò nira fún wọn láti dá padà sí àpò kan ó ní wọ́n lè wá sọ di àpò 2 kí wọ́n yọ múrí márùn orí rẹ̀ pò ó ní wọn ò ní í dá padà sápò kan lórí ọ̀rọ̀ owó epo àtowó ọkọ̀ nìkan kọ́ ẹ wo oúnjẹ tá à ń jẹ náà tí ọdún bá ti dé báyìí owó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gowó orí oúnjẹ tẹ́ ẹ bá béèrè pé ti ṣe sóúnjẹ tún wọ́n ni wọ́n pè é owó epo ni ẹ bá ní owó epo pò níye tó wà kínní kan wọ́n ní owó ọdún ni bàbá One Nation ṣé àwa náà sáwa náà ò sí lára àwọn tá à ń ṣera wa báyìí tá a bá ní káwọ́ à ń pariwo ìjọba bí ọyọ́ tá à ń gbè fúnra wa kì í sáàsọ ilẹ̀ òkèèrè látún ti ń gbọ́ ọyọ́ wọlé.
ìyún ewédú ẹlòmíì ọmọ sọ pé
ewédú ní ọyọ́ ìyún náà tún wọ́n ewé ẹ̀bà ewédú bí wọ́n lè lápò kan wọ́n rọra dìyàn wọ́n rán báyìí ní lẹ́mọ̀ pé ewédú ilé àpò kan ṣe bá a fẹ́ nú oko ni bó ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ bàbá One Nation kí lè rí sọ̀sọ́ náà.
ṣe rí ìkáàánú wà fún wa lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà púpọ̀ tó yẹ ká máa káàánú ara wa ìdí ni wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tí onímọ́tò sọ yẹn kì í ṣe irọ́ nítorí wípé àkọ́kọ́ ná ọ̀rọ̀ ewé epo tí wọ́n já wálẹ̀ yìí tí wọ́n ní kí wọ́n kàn já wálẹ̀ kí n kọ́kọ́ lọ sórí abala abẹ yẹn ó dáa bí wọ́n ṣe sọ ṣùgbọ́n olóṣèlú wà nínú nǹkan kan tí mi kì í fẹ́ tí wọ́n bá pàṣẹ ńgbà míì wọn kì í dúró lórí àṣẹ yẹn wọn ì dúró ní orí àṣẹ yẹn ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin lẹ ní control lórí àwọn ológun ẹ̀yin lẹ ní control lórí gbogbo wọn pátápátá ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ti jẹ́ alágbàtà epo tó jẹ́ pé kò ta bó ṣe kó ta kí ló dé tó fi jẹ́ pé àwọn ológun lè lò wọ́n pé ọ̀dà ẹ lọ sí ibi báyìí àbí àwọn ọlọ́pàá kí wọ́n torí pé ṣé àwọn ológun tún yàtọ̀ sí yun ibi bá ń bá tẹ́ ẹ bá ti rí pé pump price wọn ó ti high ju bó ṣe yẹ kí wọ́n máa ta lọ àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ kí wọ́n gbé ni wípé àwọn agbófinró máa lọ wò ó wọ́n á máa wò pé kìíní ṣùgbọ́n ìjọba olóṣèlú ó máa ń ṣe ní láàánú púpọ̀ pé wọ́n kàn máa ń pa ni wọ́n èyí tọ̀ tá a bá tọ̀ ṣe àmọ́ pé kò ní dẹran onídìí àwọn èyí tọ̀ wọ́n èyí tọ̀ ni so ìdí ni ìyẹn fún táwọn alágbàtà epo then àwọn náà pàápàá ìjọba ni mo tún bá wí yẹn o àwọn ẹbù fọpo wa kí wọ́n lọ padà tún ṣe tàbí bí wọ́n bá gbọ́n bá lè tún ṣe kí wọ́n wá ìmíì láti dá sílẹ̀ nígbà tí aládàáni ti lè dá tiẹ̀ sílẹ̀ tó dẹ̀ ń ṣerú nǹkan báyẹn so kò jẹ́ bí àárín yẹn bí ti ìjọba ṣe jẹ́ bí tàwọn alágbàtà epo bó ṣe jẹ́ iná ni wípé bá a bá pa àátọ̀ ni tá a bá tọ ẹran onídìí ni ó dà kí wọ́n gbé gbèsè ṣé wá rí lórí àwọn onímọ́tò àwọn gangan fúnra wọ́n wà lára àwọn tó yẹ pé ó yẹ kí wọ́n máa pe ìpàdé kí wọ́n jókòó kán máa ṣe ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ torí pé ó yẹ káwọn náà mọ̀ wípé dìímọ̀ tán bá fi ń fara ní ìlú tó yẹ kí wọ́n ibi tí à ń wọ̀ ní bóyá bíi 300 naira ládùúgbò kan sádùúgbò kejì tó wá di pé gbàtẹ́pọ̀ wọn ó di fẹ̀rẹ̀fẹ̀rẹ̀ ó di 400 naira epo tún wọ́n ó di fẹ̀rẹ̀fẹ̀rẹ̀ ó di 500 naira ok irú àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ó yẹ kí àwọn náà wà ní agbo ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ pé tó ìgbà tí gbogbo nǹkan wọ̀nyí ti rí bó ṣe rí láti mú ìdẹ̀kùn àti rọrùn bá àwọn olókòwò wa tí wọ́n máa gbé ọjà láti ibì kan bọ́ síbì kejì ẹja mú wálẹ̀ láti mú ìdẹ̀kùn bá àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba tàbí ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá fẹ́ lọ síbì kan síbì kejì kí ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ò lè gbọ́ ẹja mú wálẹ̀ èmi ò rí pé ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn wà èmi sì rò yí pé gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n bá jẹ́ olórí ọlọ́kọ̀ gbogbo pátápátá ó yẹ kí wọ́n máa ní àti àpérò èmi ò tí ì rí mi ì tí ì rí ní Nàìjíríà yìí mi ì sì tí ì rí ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ mi ì rí so tí kí wọ́n àwọn onímọ́tò ní ìrànlọ́wọ́ táwọn náà ń láti ṣe fún ìjọba nítorí pé bí kíní ìbá ti lè wá sókè àwọn ò ní gbé wá tó ti wá sílẹ̀ instead kí wọ́n gbé wá sílẹ̀ kan fi sànú mẹ̀kúnnù irọ́ ni so ojú tí wọ́n sì máa ń fi wò wọ́n ojú aláìláàánú ni wọ́n fi máa wò wọ́n so ìdí ni now ọlọ́jà tó wá gbé ọjà ibi tó yẹ kẹ́ ẹ dínkù sí 300 naira tẹ́ ẹ wá ní kó san 500 naira ṣégbà tó bá gbé ọjà rẹ̀ débi tó ti fẹ́ tà ṣé kò ní léwó so táwọn náà bá wá débẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọlọ́kọ̀ táwọn náà sọ̀kalẹ̀ pé mo ti parí iṣẹ́ òní o wọ́n wá fẹ́ lọ ra ewédú bóyá ewédú tó yẹ kí wọ́n rà ní 50 naira wọ́n wá tà fún wọn ní 100 naira tàbí 200 naira ṣé wọn ò ti yọ owó òun yẹn kó lápò wọn because nítorí pé wọ́n ti rí wípé n táwọn jìyà fún yìí ó yẹ káwọn náà lè jèrè rẹ̀ wọ́n jìyà rẹ̀ ni láti lọ gbé ọjà wọn ìgbà tí wọ́n bá wá débi tí wọ́n ti fẹ́ tà ṣé wàá sọ pé kán mọ́ tàbí wọ́n ṣe fẹ́ tà ibi tí Nàìjíríà tó ti nìyí ṣùgbọ́n tí nǹkan bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wálẹ̀ tá a bá pa tá a bá tọ̀ ẹ wò ní ayé ìgbà kan rí a ti rí àwọn kan tó yẹ pé wọ́n ran àwọn ẹ̀ka ọ̀tẹlẹ̀múyẹ́ lọ síbi ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́jà tí wọ́n bá rá àwọn náà wọn lọ síbi ọ̀dọ̀ ọlọ́jà èló lẹ́yìn tọjà yìí bóyá iye tó yẹ kán ta ọjà yẹn 200 naira ni tí ń ṣe gba náírà so tí wọ́n bá débẹ̀ tẹ́nìyẹn wá ní rárá o ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀ta náírà lòun ó ta tòun o bí ò bá wù yẹn mọ́ ọ lọ ibẹ̀ làwọn agbófinró ti mú yí pé tó o ti jẹ̀sẹ̀ bì á láti mú ọ fún nǹkan tó ṣe so ṣùgbọ́n kò sí discipline kò sí ìkóra ẹni níjànú Nàìjíríà mọ́ ó ń kálukú wá kàn ṣe bó ṣe wù wá nígbà tíjọba náà tí ò dúró ní dúró pé àwọn ṣe tán láti ràn wá lọ́wọ́ so ìdí nìyí tó fi dàbí ẹni wípé mo sọ kinní yẹn kí wọ́n ẹnu lásán ò ṣe bí àṣà olórin kan ó lẹ́nu ò ṣe ẹnu kọ́ ni empty barrel ló máa ń pariwo kì í ṣe music nìkan empty barrel ló máa ń pariwo tí bá ń ṣètò ìjọba tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹnu lásán ni wọ́n kàn fi ṣe tí wọ́n pa wọ́n ní tá a bá pa àtọ̀ ní tá ò bá ti tọ̀ báyìí ẹran onídìí ni ó dà bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn.
ọ̀dà ẹ ṣeun bàbá wa nation ẹ ṣeun lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn àòfẹ́yìn ìlú mọ́ ẹ máa lọ ìlú yín àòfẹ́yìn ilẹ̀ bàbá wa mọ́ nílùú South Africa tí wọ́n ń ké gbàjarè òní ńlọgbọ̀njọ́ inú oṣù kẹfà gbèdéke ọjọ́ tí wọ́n fún wọn dì pé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá ti sọmọ ìlú yìí ẹ kúrò ńlú wa o ẹ kúrò ńlú wa o òní náà fún wọn dì lánàá òde yìí ni ìròyìn kan sì jáde tíjọba àpapọ̀ pé àwọn ò tún lọ kó àwọn míì tó jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tó jẹ́ bí ọ̀rìnlénígbàdínmẹ́sàn-án níye tí wọ́n tún wà ń bẹ̀ àwọn ò tún kó àwọn èèyàn náà àwọn ò tún kó wọn wá sílé lónìí látàrí ẹ̀ ni ìròyìn ṣe gbé pé àwọn tó ṣẹ́kù ń bẹ̀ bí ìròyìn ti ìròyìn Vanguard bó ti gbé pé àwọn tó jẹ́ pé kò kéré tán 15,000 níye ńlá àwọn tó ṣẹ́kù ńlẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé òun wọn kan padà wálé tí wọ́n sì wà nílùú South Africa bí àkókò lánàá òde yìí ní ìròyìn ọ̀hún jáde pé bí àkókò gbèdéke ọ̀hún ti ń súnmọ́ èyí ohun tí í sòní wọ́n sì pé àwọn ọ̀rìnlénígbàdínmẹ́sàn-án ńlá wọn fẹ́ kó wálé lónìí nínú bí 15,000 níye nínú ìròyìn ọ̀hún ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ nùwé kọ́bọ̀ ìkan lára àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ ó sọ fáwọn oníròyìn wípé nílùú South Africa wípé wọ́n ń fi àwọn nǹkan kan wọ́n fi ṣe ìbọ̀bẹ́ láti fọ̀nàlẹ̀ kán lè tún fowókọ àwọn míì kún àwọn òkọ àwọn tí wọ́n ó tún kó wálé olótùsù òun láwọn kan tiẹ̀ tó ń béèrè owó kan tó fowókọ ọ̀yàn sínú òkọ àwọn tí wọ́n ó dá padà wálé ó láwọn kan tó ti ń lò bí arúmọ jẹ ó ní bọ́n ti ń sẹ́nu páwọn míì gan ó wù wọ́n kan padà wálé ó ní ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò lówó lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n ṣe kínní ọ̀hún tí wọ́n fi ó kọ wọ́n nù ìwé wọn ò lówó tí wọ́n èèrà tó yẹ ń rà tí tó yẹ ń ṣe tí wọ́n fi fowó kọ wọ́n nù ìwé tí wọ́n èèdá wọn padà wálé. Baba One Nation àwọn aráàlú South Africa apá àwọn ò fàájẹ́ ìdìmọ́ kó ń kálukú mọ́ lọ ìlú bàbá rẹ̀ pé gbogbo àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè yòókù wọn lọ ń káwọn èèyàn wọn àwa náà Nàìjíríà tí ń káwọn èèyàn tiwa díẹ̀díẹ̀ lẹ́yọ̀ sọ́ka o tíjọba àpapọ̀ sì buwọ́lù pé ẹ lọ́ mọ́ kó àwọn èèyàn yín gẹ́gẹ́ bí agbẹnusọ iléeṣẹ́ tó ń rí sọ́rọ̀ òkèrè kìmẹ̀bí ẹ̀bẹ̀ ń fà bó ti fi léde pé ìjọba ti buwọ́lù o tó sì tún sọ̀rọ̀ pé lánàá òde yìí pé ọkọ̀ òfurufú ti gbéra yóò sì gúnlẹ̀ sí ìlú Èkó lónìí. Ẹnìkan wá sọ̀rọ̀ ó pé àwọn kan ó wù wọ́n kan wálé o ó ní ṣùgbọ́n àwọn kan ti ń lo owó láti fi fowókọ àwọn míì sínú àkójọpọ̀ okò àwọn tí wọ́n ó dá padà wálé o pé ẹni tí ò bá lówó wọn ò ní fowókọ rẹ̀ sí sótúnjẹ àtúnṣe báwọn.
ṣe rí ara ń tà ń sọ rèé o nínú orílẹ̀-èdè tó fàyè gba ìjẹkújẹ jù Nàìjíríà yìí jẹ́ kan o kí ló dé tí ó fi jẹ́ pé àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ rán lọ wọn ò fi ìlànà lẹ̀ fún wọn pé ẹnikẹ́ni tí wọ́n bá gbámú pé ó ṣerú nǹkan báyìí táṣírí ẹ̀ bá tú immediately ló máa fi ṣẹ́ yẹn sílẹ̀. Ẹ lọ ọbẹ̀ ẹ lọ kó àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà wálé èwo ni ti owó bẹ̀bẹ̀ tẹ́ tún máa gbà lọ́wọ́ wọn tẹ́ ẹ bá tẹ ṣàánú tẹ́ ẹ kó wọn dé orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ẹni tó bá mọ̀ pé òun fẹ́ fún yín ní nǹkan tó wù lọ́kàn ara rẹ̀ pé ẹ ṣe ẹ kó ọmọ ọ̀dọ̀ rere ìyẹn náà ṣe pé kì í ṣe dandan ó ṣe wá jẹ́ pé àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ wá lọ́hùn yẹn bí Nàìjíríà ṣe rí wọ́n wá sá lọ síbẹ̀ wọ́n bá káràkátà lọ ṣé àmì pé gbogbo èèyàn tó lọ tó travel kọ́ náà ló lè sá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ lówó tó àwọn nǹkan ìpele la ní nǹkan ọrọ̀ tá a sì tá à ń kó jọ ìpele ni kì í ṣe pé lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà tíyàn bá ti débì kan iná ló ti di olówó ló ti di mílíọ̀nìà so àwọn tí ò bá wá lówó yẹn ẹ fẹ́ kàn kú sọ́hun àbí so ó fi hàn yìí pé àníṣe àwọn nǹkan kan àti àwọn nǹkan kan wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà tó gbọ́dọ̀ gba àtúnṣe mo máa ń sọ kinní kan ẹni tí ó rú lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ẹni tó jó lójú àánú ẹni tí ó rú lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ nìkan tó jẹ́ pé kò ní wò wípé ṣé tálíkà máa sọ pé òun fẹ́ lọ dìbò ni nǹkan tó dẹ̀ lè wà ní upstairs ẹ̀ ó lè hide débi wípé kèrè tó bá ṣe ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè tàbí tó ṣe gómìnà tàbí tó ṣe tó wà nínú ipò kan tó yẹ pé yóò ṣe ìlú dáadáa now ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá yẹ ká ẹ fòfin ilẹ̀ fún wọn ni ẹ má fi sojú ṣáájú ẹ jọ gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ bá fẹ́ lọ kó ó lówó o kò lówó ẹ má jẹ́ kó kú sílé àjòjì ẹ má jẹ́ kí wọ́n fìyà jẹ wọ́n torí pé àkókò péréte ni ló wà fún wọn báyìí òní ní ìsìn náà fún wọn ní deadline fẹ̀ẹ̀kàn tẹ́lẹ̀ àti mọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ aláìlójú àánú ní South Africa ilẹ̀ aláìlójú àánú ni so nígbà téèyàn bá ti wá rí báyẹn ó yẹ káwọn náà mọ̀ wípé kì í ṣe pé owó bọ̀bẹ́ làwọn láti lọ gbà ń bẹ̀ fáwọn tí wọ́n bá ń kó bọ̀ àwọn South Africa tẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń wò yẹn àwọn náà ń ṣe é lẹ̀ ni ṣé bá ní jẹ́ ṣe é lẹ̀ ṣe é lẹ̀ ní jẹ́ ṣe é bá àṣesílẹ̀ ńlá bọ̀ á bá bí nǹkan ó tiẹ̀ wọn á ní kílẹ̀ tó pòṣìkà ohun rere ó ti bàjẹ́ ńlọrọ̀ South Africa ni nígbà mo ń wo máàcì wọn tí wọ́n ní wọ́n náà wọ́n wá ń hò mo ló ń pẹ́ wọn bá nà wọ́n tẹ́ ń hò mo ló tiẹ̀ kéré jù wá nà ò tí wọ́n fún wọn ti kéré jù wọ́n wá ń sunkún mo ní tí ì sunkún nítorí pé ẹni tó bá ti gbèrò kà sọmọlàkejì bí èèyàn sí èèyàn náà ni bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni orílẹ̀-èdè South Africa ṣe jẹ́ sí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà àti orílẹ̀-èdè gbogbo tó wà ní tó jẹ́ ilẹ̀ Áfíríkà so torí ìdí èyí ká sọ gàásì kíá ká sọ pọ́n ká sọ èyí tí ń jẹ́ òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá jẹ́ pé wúrú wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣèwádìí dáadáa àṣírí kan ló tún náà ẹ̀jẹ̀ wa máa wò àwọn ìjọba wa ó ti ṣe kán tó fojú pààlà rẹ̀ wọ́n lè wò pé òun náà lọ jẹ oúnjẹ tiẹ̀ ni oúnjẹ kí ni oúnjẹ ìbànújẹ́ so kò dáa kéèyàn máa wà ara nǹkan tá à ń pè ní ìwà àkà ibi wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ bó ṣe máa ń bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn so kì í ṣe nǹkan tó bójúmu ó yẹ kí ìjọba kó ṣe ìwádìí ọ̀rẹ́ kíniwín lórí àwọn tó bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ níwọ̀n ìgbà tí àṣírí ti tú bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn.
ọ̀dà ẹ ṣeun baba One Nation ìròyìn eléyìí tó kàn ó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ ológun ikọ̀ Adegoke wọ́n ti dóòlà àwọn tó jókòó ṣèdánwò NECO tó ń ti àwọn olùkọ́ níbi ìkọlù kan tí àwọn ikọ̀ agbésùnmọ̀mí ISWAP tí wọ́n ṣe sílé ẹ̀kọ́ girama kan eléyìí tó wà ní tó jẹ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ Lassa ní Askira ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Uba nípínlẹ̀ Borno wọ́n ní àwọn tó ń jókòó ṣe ìdánwò àtàwọn olùkọ́ làwọn ikọ̀ iswap yìí abo ilé ẹ̀kọ́ wọn níbi aago 9 òwúrọ̀ tán sì bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí yìnbọn tán sì dí ètò ìdánwò ọ̀hún lọ́wọ́ wọ́n kó àwọn òǹtọ̀hún látàrí ẹ̀ oníléeṣẹ́ ọmọ ológun ti wá gbà pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀gágun Muhammed Goni bó ti fìlédè ó lójú ẹsẹ̀ làwọn ọmọ ológun sì fèsì síkọlù ọ̀hún tó sì bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹsẹ̀ lórí ibi wọ́n ti dóòlà àwọn tí àwọn atiláwí agbésùnmọ̀mí kó tó jẹ́ pé àti lórí òfurufú àti lórí ilẹ̀ ó ní wọ́n ti ń ṣètò bí wọ́n ti ṣèkọlù ìgbésẹ̀ ọ̀hún ó yọrí sí ibọn ti dóòlà àwọn 10 láì farapa tí wọ́n sì ti wà ń bẹ wọ́n ti ń gbà tọ́jú ṣùgbọ́n lákòókò tí wọ́n dojú ìbọn kọ àwọn atiláwí agbésùnmọ̀mí yìí ìkan lára àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ aláàbò tó jẹ́ ọmọ ológun tó ń ti ìkan lára àwọn ikọ̀ aláàbò abẹ́lé CJTF ìyún Civilian Joint Task Force ìkan lára tàwọn náà ó jáde láyé nínú ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọmọ ológun náà mú kékeré fáwọn atiláwí ọ̀hún tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n fún wọn ní ọgbẹ́ wọ́n sì gba ọ̀kadà 7 kódà ìròyìn pọ̀ ń bẹ púpọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n dóòlà àwọn 10 tó ń ti àwọn olùkọ́ wọn níbi ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ náà Baba One Nation à ń pọ̀rọ̀ yìí lówe ńlá ronú ìyẹn tó tún ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí àdúpẹ́ o wọ́n dóòlà wọn o ṣùgbọ́n Baba One Nation gbọmọ ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò wọ́n kọlù bìkan lónìí wọ́n kọlù àwọn àgbẹ̀ lọ́la wọ́n lọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ lónìí wọ́n lọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́la nígbà tí àwọn ògo ọjọ́ ọ̀la tí wọ́n tún ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń jíbọ̀ tán fẹ́ gbóko orílẹ̀-èdè ga lọ́jọ́ iwájú tí àwọn sì ń ṣe ìdánwò tí ó sọ wọ́n dé èèyàn ńlá láyé tí ó dẹ́kàn mọ ẹni tó tún kàn fún wọn láti lépa sá lórí ọjọ́ iwájú wọn àwọn ikọ̀ atiláwí karambà ní ẹ̀dá yìí wọ́n lọ dí wọn lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ̀ ẹ wo tàwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n kó lórí ire náà ìyún náà wà ń bẹ̀ o wọ́n èdòòlà wọn o àbí àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ àti olùkọ́ wọ́n èdòòlà wọn ìyún náà o báwọn wọ́n ti kọ́ àwọn ọmọ sí bọ́ọ̀kì náà nu wọn ò tiẹ̀ tó wọn ò fi mọ láwọn àwọn tí wọ́n tiẹ̀ tó ń kó tẹ́lẹ̀ mọ́ wọ́n tún ti kọjá lọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ báyìí nígbà tí ìbẹ̀rù bójó ìpòrúru ọkàn ìpayín kéke ìpayà tó bá ti wà lọ́kàn òbí tó di wípé mọ́ lọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ o àlè èso lè tún lọ lónìí kó jẹ́ pò ní làwọn atiláwí ò wá bó o lè tó ẹ̀kọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè ó sì rí àti wípé bí ìlú tí ó bá ti wá di wípé kò sọ́mọ tó fẹ́ lọ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ mọ́ kò sóbí tó fẹ́ yọ̀ǹda ọmọ rẹ̀ láti tún lọ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kún ẹ̀kọ́ bó o lórílẹ̀-èdè ti fẹ́ rí gan-an èké nìkan káàkiri lórí ayélujára wọ́n pé olódo uprising wọ́n pa àwọn olódo èmi àwọn ọmọ tó tún ṣèdánwò lọ́wọ́ náà tún lọ kọ́ ilé ẹ̀kọ́ yìí Baba One Nation ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò wa ó ti fẹsẹ̀ wọ́n gànán tá a sì tí ì mọ bí ó ti rí àti ìmọ̀nà àbáyọ lórí ẹ̀ torí bó bá jẹ́ pọ́nà àbáyọ ti farahàn lórí ẹ̀ ni ó yẹ kó ti yanjú torí àwọn ọmọ ológun ń gbìyànjú lóòótọ́ o bẹ́ẹ̀ bá wo àwọn ìròyìn míì ẹ rí i pé wọ́n dóòlà àwọn èèyàn wọ́n mú àwọn atiláwí balẹ̀ wọ́n gbóhùn ìjagun àwọn kan wọ́n bá àwọn afurasí 4 lálóòde yìí wọ́n bá àwọn afurasí 4 wọ́n dóòlà àwọn ọmọ 2 kan tí àwọn ajínigbé gbé wọn báwọn ṣùgbọ́n báwọn ọmọ ológun ti mú àwọn kan tí wọ́n ń fa àwọn kan àhámọ́ táwọn kan tiẹ̀ ń jáde láyé nínú ìkọlù pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ àwọn atiláwí sì ń pọ̀ sí náà fọ́nra wọn kí ó wá dàbí ìgbà pé bí wọ́n ti ń gé wọn lọ́wọ́ báyìí náà tó ń bọ̀ ká bó o ní ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ló dé ibo gan-an la ti ṣí nọ́mbà mú Baba One Nation ẹ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀.
iṣẹ́ rí Nàìjíríà ṣí nọ́mbà mú nípa pé ìgbà tí ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ kínní yóò fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ́ rí pé Borno State ló ti kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí Rúwà àti Zamfara State Nàìjíríà sí nọ́mbà mú nítorí wípé àwọn tí wọ́n kóra wọn jọ tí wọ́n pera wọn ní Boko Haram àti ISWAP ọmọ ìyá kan náà jọ ni wọ́n nítorí wípé kí ni àwọn èèyàn wọ̀nyí wọn ò kàwé wọn ò sì ní fẹ́ káwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ kàwé kí wọ́n ó kà ẹ ó rí i pé ìgbésẹ̀ wọn gan bẹ́ẹ̀ kódà bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ òyìnbó fẹ́ lómi nínú wọn kò lè sọ kò lè dá yín lóhùn èdè tiẹ̀ ni ó fẹ́ fi mọ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n tún ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń gba àwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ó máa ṣe òǹgbìfọ̀ fún wọn ni. So kí ni mo ń gbìyànjú àti sọ kò kà wọn fẹ́ kẹ́lòmí ọ̀ka. Ẹ̀kọ́ sí ẹ̀sìn tí ó fààyè gba kọ́mọ ọmọ ní ìmọ̀. Ọmọ tó bá lẹ́sìn tí ò ní mọ̀ ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ nímọ̀ ìwé bí a ṣe ń kọ bí a ṣe ń kà. Ìyẹn ni òye yóò fi yé pé bó ṣe yẹ ká rìn láàrin àwùjọ àwọn èèyàn gbogbo rèé. Ìdá láàrin kìrìsìtẹ́nì, ìdá láàrin àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe ni, tàbí láàrin àwùjọ gbogbo. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí o bá kàwé ṣé mọ̀ pé ẹ̀kọ́ tí wọ́n ń kọ́ wọn ẹ̀kọ́ òdì ni wọ́n ń kọ́ra wọn ní ibi tí wọ́n wà lọ́hùn. Ìdí nìyí tó fi dàbí ẹni wípé wọ́n fi ń gbé ìgbésẹ̀ wípé ẹwà àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ tí wọ́n lọ ṣe WAEC, àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n lọ NECO tí wọ́n lọ ṣe NECO yẹn, ṣé àwọn ọmọ yẹn ní ìsìn ṣé àìrò onímọ̀ bà wọ́n láti sọ pé káwọn tó padà sí skul láti lọ parí exam wọn? Ẹ̀rù mọ̀ bà wọ́n láti lọ parí exam.
Òbí ògùn ò ní fẹ́ kán lọ pé àbí ó sì wà láyé ló fẹ́ ṣẹ̀sáàmù ó mọ̀ ṣe lọ́jọ́ mi ò mọ̀ lọ ọmọ kò mi bá o.
Ó mì pé nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́ kó ṣẹlẹ̀ náà ní í ṣẹlẹ̀ inú wọn dẹ̀ máa dùn pé àti Ọlọ́run ti bá wa ṣe. Ẹ wo gbogbo àwọn ọmọ iléèwé ti oríire local government ní ìsìn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ níbi tí skul wọn bá ti súnmọ́ gbó ẹ rí i pé wọn ò lọ mọ́. Wọ́n ti nígbà tó tẹ̀ jí pé strike wà tí wọ́n fẹ́ kí ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn pé kò nílò pé káwọn èèyàn ó kàwé tí àwọn nílọ́kàn táwọn nílọ́kàn fúnra wọn láti ṣe ló ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn. So ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ ká kí àwọn ọmọ ológun wa, in fact mi ì mọ̀ bí mo ṣe lè dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn ni nítorí pé wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun. Tí ìbá ṣe tàwọ́ àwọn ọmọ ológun àti àwọn tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n jẹ́ security adviser tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n dúró lórí ẹsẹ̀ wọn, mi sọ pé gbogbo wọn torí mi kò ṣe é gbàgbọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tí mo ń gbìyànjú àti sọ ni fún wa ni wípé àwọn yẹn tí wọ́n ń fòótọ́ ọ̀nù ṣiṣẹ́ fórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ẹja kí wọn torí pé ẹ̀mí ara wọn ni wọ́n fi ń lélẹ̀ láti rí i pé káwọn fi gba ọmọ làkejì là, pé wọ́n tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ gba àwọn kan là kó láàrin wọn yẹn tí wọ́n dẹ̀ dojú ìjà kọ wọn. Mo kí wọn kú iṣẹ́ takuntakun gẹ́gẹ́ bí pé mo kí wọn kú àfọmọnìyàn ṣe. Lóòótọ́ àìlèlómìnira ṣe bí wọ́n ń gbowó lórí nǹkan tí wọ́n ń ṣe. Ẹni tó bá so bẹ́ẹ̀ kò ní ròrí tó àti tó yẹ ni.
Èèyàn tó lè fara rẹ̀
jẹ́. Kó tó lè fara rẹ̀ jẹ́ èló ló fẹ́ gbà. Ẹni tó bá sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé òun lè fi rẹ̀ lẹ̀? Bọ́ bá lè fi rẹ̀ lẹ̀ ni ṣé ibi tó jókòó sí náà ni ó ti máa sọ kàtàkàtà lẹ́nu. So ẹ jẹ́ ká kí àwọn ọmọ ológun wa pé wọ́n ṣe é, a dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn. Ìjọba wa ìmọ̀ràn tá a tún lè mọ̀ fún wọn náà ni wípé àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n bá rin gbàṣegbàṣe ńlẹ̀ tẹ́ ẹ rí pé wọ́n kàn ń tọrọ wọ́n ń lọ káàkiri kínní ní north tí wọ́n ń pè ní àlùmọ́ngìrì, ẹ mọ̀ kó wọ́n lẹ̀ tètè mọ́ fún wọn ní ìdánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kí àwọn èèyàn wọ̀nyí tó gbẹ́sì because ojoojúmọ́ ni wọ́n ń pọ̀ sí, ojoojúmọ́ ni wọ́n ń train àwọn ọmọ tí wọn ò mọ̀ nǹkan kan, àwọn ọmọ tí ò kàwé, àwọn ọmọ tó yẹ òye, ojoojúmọ́ ni wọ́n ń kó wọn tí wọ́n mọ̀ fún wọn ní ẹ̀gbọ́n, wọ́n mọ̀ fún wọn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ òdì, wọ́n máa fún wọn lóúnjẹ torí kíni. So àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí ni ló fi ṣe pàtàkì. Then wọ́n dẹ̀ a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣọ́ra. Kí ni ọ̀nà tá a fi gbọ́dọ̀ ṣọ́ra ni pé irú àwọn gómìn tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti wà ní ìpinnu kíní tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ kí ni ìjọba ń wò láti gbé gómìn, kí ni ìjọba ń wò ẹni tí ń ṣe ìdúnàdúrà láàrin ẹ̀yìn agbésùmọ̀mí àti kí ni wọ́n ń pè àtijọba. Èmi ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ò yé mi. So ó kúkú bẹ́tà kí ìjọba kó gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó lákàkí ní ìsìn láti north kò tó nǹkan ilẹ̀ Haúsá ló wà tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣèbí Borno wọn wà ṣèbí Sokoto ni ṣèbí Zamfara ni kò wọ́n kúkú kọjá Niger kẹ̀rẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ ti délẹ̀ Yorùbá. Kí là ń wò tàlùbọ́ ti yí wojú wa báyìí o, àfikọ́ lọ́wọ́ bá wa yọ kúrò lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà yìí. So ìgbésẹ̀ akin tí wọ́n lè gbé lórí ẹ̀ náà ni wípé àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò níbikíbi táwọn ọmọ wa ti ń ṣe exam lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ pàápàá tó bá tiẹ̀ tó wá lọ jẹ́ ojúgbó, ó yẹ káwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò kí wọ́n wà ń bẹ̀ digbidigbi kí wọ́n pẹ̀lú irinṣẹ́ tó dáńtọ́ ni, kì í ṣe pé wọ́n kàn gbé sakabula tí ò níra tí ò wé AK-47 tí wọ́n ń gbé kiri. So ìdí nìyí tó fi dàbẹ́ ni wípé ìjọba nílò agbára kún agbára wọ́n nílò òye kún òye wọ́n nílò ìmọ̀ kún ìmọ̀ láti rí wípé àníṣẹ́ ọgbọ́n wo la fẹ́ fi dẹ́kun àwọn èèyàn wọ̀nyí kan parẹ́ pátápátá bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn.
ó dà ẹ ṣeun bàbá One Nation ká tó di pé a lọ sójú ọjà ọ̀rọ̀ àjọ elétò òdìbò àjọ olómìnira tó rí sétò òdìbò INEC tó ń ti àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ó wà nínú ìròyìn tí mo mú wá lóòrọ̀ yìí lórí pé wọ́n fún wọn l'access code wọn ò fún wọn l'access code sí ojú òpó tí wọ́n fi fowókọ àwọn olùdíje wọn lẹ̀ lójú òpó àjọ INEC tí wọ́n access code tí wọ́n fún àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú èyí tí àwọn èèyàn ó fi láǹfààní láti fowókọ àwọn olùdíje wọn sínú ojú òpó wọn ẹ̀yọ wọ́n pé ìròyìn gbé pé mínísítà olúùlú wa Nyesom Wike tó jẹ́ pé òun ló wà ní agbọnnu ìṣàkóso ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú alábùradà PDP tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá gbàgbé ó ní igun rẹ̀ olólùntẹ̀ lóríṣiríṣi ní gan wọn ṣùgbọ́n gun tiẹ̀ ló fẹ́ dàbí pé ó fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìdájọ́ ilé ẹjọ́ nípa confession tán wọ́gilé pé tí wọ́n ṣe ń bàdàn tán wọ́gilé pé ìyún ẹ̀ ṣe tó yẹ ẹ ṣe ẹ̀yìn o wọ́n wá pé igun mínísítà Wike wọ́n ti gba kóòdì tiwọn wọ́n sì ti ń fowókọ àwọn olùdíje tiẹ̀ wọ́n ti ń fi ibẹ̀ láti sojú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú alábùradà PDP ìkan lára àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ amúṣẹ́yẹ agan Tanimu Turaki ìkan wá sọ̀rọ̀ pé àwọn ò tí ì rí kóòdì gbà lọ́dọ̀ INEC ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé inú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP náà làwọn wà igun míì làwọn hùn wọ́n pa àwọn ò tí ì rí kóòdì gbà lọ́dọ̀ INEC ṣùgbọ́n àwọn nírètí wípé àwọn ò gbà á nígbà tí ilé ẹjọ́ bá ti yanjú ọ̀rọ̀ ipa adarí òsàdarí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú alábùradà àjọ INEC náà sì fọ̀rọ̀ léde pé igun Wike làwọn dámọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìdájọ́ ilé ẹjọ́ wípé wọ́n sì ti gba access code tí wọ́n ẹ̀ fowókọ́lẹ̀ sójú òpó ọ̀gùn wọ́n sì ti ń ṣe ètò tó yẹn ṣe lórí ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP bàbá One Nation igun Wike ti gba kóòdù wọ́n ti ń fowókọ́lẹ̀ fáwọn olùdíje wọn igun Tanimu Turaki sì ń retí kóòdù lórí ẹ̀ náà lẹ́gbẹ́ òṣèlú NDC náà fi fọ̀rọ̀ léde pé àwọn ti pẹjọ́ kò tẹ́mi lọ́rùn lórí ìdájọ́ ilé ẹjọ́ gíga nípa pé ó kọ wọn ìfowókọ́lẹ̀ wọn rí bó ṣe rí ẹgbẹ́ wọn ò fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ nǹkan báwọn tí wọ́n pé àwọn ti lọ pẹjọ́ kò tẹ́mi lọ́rùn tí wọ́n pé àwọn ò fìwé ẹjọ́ ọ̀hún ṣọwọ́ sí INEC látàrí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún náà òní Dixon tún ti padà jáde tó pé àwọn ti ráàyè sójú òpó INEC pé àwọn sì ti fi orúkọ Peter Obi síbẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùdíje dupò ààrẹ wọn bá One Nation ẹ wo ìjìjàdùn nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kódà ìròyìn kan jáde nípa Àtíkù gan tóun náà ń sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ yọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú tóun wà wọ́n fẹ́ yọ kúrò nínú ìwé ìdìbò kóun mọ̀ bá láǹfààní àti lè dìbò lọ́dún 2027 pé sí àwọn kan ní ó ní sí àwọn tí inú ń bí ni ó ní inú ń bí wọn sí mi ò wọ́n ń bínú orí ni ó ní sí àwọn tí inú ń bí ni ó náà fẹ́ yọ orúkọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú tó ń wà wọ́n fẹ́ yọ ọ́ wọ́n sì fẹ́ wọn ò fẹ́ kó ń wà nínú ìwé ìdìbò káwọn èèyàn mọ̀ bá tẹ́ fóun bàbá One Nation lórí ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú PDP ń dojú kọ tiẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú NDC ń dojú kọ tiẹ̀ oníkówó àwọn wọn ń dojú kọ tiwọn nínú ètò ìdìbò ó sì ń bọ̀ lọ́dún 2027 onígbèdéke tí àjọ olómìnira elétò òdìbò INEC fún òun kó wá wọn dì àwọn ẹgbẹ́ kan sì ń bọ̀rọ̀ adarí òsàdarí wọn wọ́n sì nírètí pé ilé ẹjọ́ sì tún dájọ́ ọ̀hún ilé ẹjọ́ INEC ti fáwọn kan láǹfààní àti ìfowókọ́lẹ̀ àwọn ogun Tanimu Turaki sì ń retí ìdájọ́ ilé ẹjọ́ bá One Nation sọ̀rọ̀.
ṣe rí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ti Tanimu Turaki àti ti Wike kò sí agbára kankan torí pé ilé ẹjọ́ gan ti padà dá àwọn méjèèjì náà láre pé ìsọwọ́gbé ẹjọ́ wọn kalẹ̀ nígbà náà wọ́n ṣe ní 50-50 fún wọn so tó ń kálukú tí wọ́n sì ní kí àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ mọ́jọ́ ó bàjẹ́ tí adọ́fọ́fọ́ àbárà pé kí wọ́n máa gba ìṣàkóso ẹgbẹ́ kan máa bá ẹgbẹ́ lọ ní òfin jẹ́ pé wọ́n ń jìjàgùdù pé party office wọn lọ ń jà níbẹ̀ mọ́ now ìgbà tí ìyẹn sì ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ táwọn tibí yẹn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìṣàkóso wọn tá a bá wò dáadáa tí INEC bá fẹ́ tẹ̀lé òfin tí ilé ẹjọ́ tẹ̀lé ni kò ní í jẹ́ pé ó fì síbì kan ju bì kan lọ ìdí ni pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ntí Wike ń ṣe kò tí ì tán lẹ̀ in tó fẹ́ ó fẹ́ parí ẹgbẹ́ yẹn pátápátá ó ti parí ẹ̀ débì kan ẹ̀yẹn máa wo ní Rivers State nísìn PDP ò lè wọlé ìyẹn ìṣèpè mọ́ APC ni ó wọlé ń bẹ̀.
lóde dẹ̀ fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
ẹ ṣe ìdí tí mo fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ nìyí ìdí tí mo fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé Wike ti tabẹ̀ fún wọn PDP ló ní rúùlù Rivers State lájọ́ tèmi tí wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìjọba.
ẹ ń ṣe báwọn èèyàn ni ó dìbò ìdìbò wọn ni ó fọ.
let me tell you the real fact ìbò kankan ò lè fọ níbi tí wọ́n ti ṣe arúgbó èmi ò ní ìgbàgbọ́ nínú Wike at all.
ẹ rò pé mọ̀gòmọ́gò wọn ó ṣe.
mọ̀gòmọ́gò wọn now ṣé orí ẹni tí wọ́n yàn tí tó wà ní agbọn ni pé bóyá kó lọ sí ipò ààrẹ bóyá tó jẹ́ igun Wike kó lọ sípò gómìnà wọn kò lè débì kankan kò lè dìbò kó wọlé tàbí tó bá kú 9 minutes kó sọ pé òun step down fẹ́ni tó wà tí wọ́n yàn ní tí APC fà kalẹ̀ ṣé yẹn kì í ṣàwúrú ju ni.
Àtíkù tó wá pé wọ́n fẹ́ yọ ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú ADC kúrò nínú ìwé ìdìbò ńkọ́.
máa gbọ́ ó ń bó wọn mọ́ lọ́wọ́ ni wọ́n mọ ọ̀nà tí wọ́n torí pé wọ́n fi àyè gba nǹkan tí à ń pè ní ìjọba àwarawa tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n bá fi àyè gba nǹkan tí à ń pè ní ìjọba àwarawa kò yẹ kí wọ́n tàǹpà pẹ̀lú ẹgbẹ́ kankan mọ́ nírú àkókò tá a wà yìí pàápàá INEC ẹ ti mọ̀ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ẹ wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń gbé jáde nígbà tó ń kálukú wọn ti yan àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ yàn síbẹ̀ tán NDC ADC kò kì í ṣe èmi ò nígbàgbọ́ síbò tá a fẹ́ dì lóhun tó ń bọ̀ mi nígbàgbọ́ tó yan
ẹwẹ́ já dojú ọjà lọ́nà ká lọ ṣèkéde àti polówó ọjà à ń bọ̀ tá a bá padà dé àtẹ̀wájú lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún ẹ ṣeun.
FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
Thinking of an all-in-one digital platform that fits your lifestyle and makes everyday payments simple, reliable, and fast?
Oh, wow! Yes, please.
Allow me introduce you to BillStation, your one-stop digital payment solution for individuals and businesses. Built to simplify payments and services for millions across Africa. With BillStation, you can buy cheap airtime and data, pay electricity bills, send money instantly, make online payments, and book flights and hotels. Enjoy our overseas airport pickup services, interstate bus ticket sales, and event tickets, all on BillStation. Fast, simple, reliable.
Wow, that's amazing.
Visit www.thebillstation.com. Download the BillStation app on the Apple App Store or Android Google Play and get welcome bonuses when you sign up. Enjoy fast customer support and a seamless user experience every time. Get in touch with us today.
Email thebillstation175@gmail.com or sales@thebillstation.com.
WhatsApp 091 6858 1914. Bill Station. Your world, your money, one station.
Págà! Ṣé wo ò gbọ́ bí ìjọba àti iléeṣẹ́ rédíò pẹ̀lú móhùnmáwòrán bí wọ́n ṣe ń ké tantan wípé kí ẹ má da ìdọ̀tí sójú pópó àtinú gọ́tà mọ́? Má mà jẹ́ kí ọmọ rẹ lùgbàdì àrùn onígbáméjì, kọ́lẹ́rà, táífọ́ọ̀dù àti ibà pọ́njúpọ́tọ̀. Bó o bá tiẹ̀ ro tara rẹ, sáàrò ti dèbò.
ẹ jẹ́ yàgò fún nǹkan tó lè fa omi yalé agbára ya ṣọ́ọ̀bù. iléeṣẹ́ Wells Radio 89.3 FM ló ń ké tantan sí yín létí wípé àlàáfíà yín ò dọ̀wọ́ yín o.
gbogbo ọmọ nàìjíríà ìròyìn ayọ̀ ni mo mú wá fún yín láti kàn ní kànga gbọ́mọ̀gbẹ́ Wells Radio 89.3 FM ṣèbẹ́yìn àgbàlagbà lẹ sọ pé káfọ̀tún wẹ òsì káfòsì wẹ ọ̀tún àfọwọ́wẹwọ́ lọ́wọ́ fi ń mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ náà ni a tún ti wá gbèdé wákàtí kan ìgbádùn wákàtí kan omi ọgbọ́n wákàtí kan omi òye làfikún sáwọn omi ọgbọ́n tẹ̀ tí mu níkànnì Wells Radio 89.3 FM bẹ̀rẹ̀ látọjọ́ kìíní oṣù keje ọdún 2026 ìkànnì kànga gbọ́mọ̀gbẹ́ Wells Radio 89.3 FM yóò ṣe àfikún wákàtí kan sí àsìkò tá a fi ń gbóhùn sáfẹ́fẹ́ ní gbogbo ọjọ́ nígbà tí ètò ìgbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ wa yóò mọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láago 5 ìdájí tá a sì mọ tẹnu ètò bodò láago 12 òru. àwọn ètò lọ́lọ́kọ̀ ọ̀jọ̀kan orin aládìídùn ìtanilólobó lásìkò tó tó àti eléyìí tó yẹ tó ń tàwọn ètò ìgbáládùn ẹ̀mí ẹni eléyìí tó wà fún gbogbo mọ̀lẹ́bí. ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ ìkànnì kànga agbọ́nmọ́gbẹ́ Wells Radio 89.3 FM láti máa gba ìtanilólobó àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ìmúnilọ́kànlé àti ìgbáládùn ẹ̀mí ní gbogbo ìgbà lásìkò gbogbo látàgò 5 ìdájí sáago 12 òru. ìkànnì kànga agbọ́nmọ́gbẹ́ yín náà ni tó kún fún omi ọgbọ́n ìmọ̀ àtòyé. ẹ máa darapọ̀ ní gbogbo ìgbà. ẹ ṣé tẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa àwa náà ò sì ní já yín tàn mọ́ ní ìgbà kọ̀ọ̀kan. Wells Radio 89.3 FM níbẹ̀ gangan lẹ́wà.
Kó wá lọ́wọ́ ìmọ̀ àtọ̀yé.
Jàǹdàlà jùdú ìròyìn àdúmágbẹ̀.
tó ẹ káàbọ̀ padà látòjú ọjà lọ́hùn àgbéyẹ̀wò ìròyìn àgbọ́nmàgbẹ́ ń tẹ̀ wájú láti ìkànnì kànga àgbọ́nmàgbẹ́ Wells Radio 89.3 FM tí a kalẹ̀ sópópónà Aláàfin Avenue Olúyọ̀lé Estate ńlẹ̀ Ìbàdàn. Bàbá wa Nation àmẹ́nubọ̀rọ̀ àwọn àjọ olómìnira tó ń rí sọ́rọ̀ ètò ìdìbò tó ń ta àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú tó ń tọ̀rọ̀ wọn tó ti di ilé ẹjọ́ lónìí ilé ẹjọ́ lọ́la ó di bó o bá o bù lẹ́sẹ̀ ebílẹ̀ bá ti ṣe tiẹ̀ báyìí ilé ẹjọ́ ni ó bá wa dáa nígbà ilé ẹjọ́ bá dáa tán wọ́n pé ó di kò tẹ́mi lọ́rùn. ètò ìdìbò ọdún 2027 tí gbogbogbò ló ti wọlé dé kúlẹ́dẹ̀ yìí oṣù kẹfà ọdún 2026 tún ti parí lónìí o ààbọ̀nú oṣù keje nígbà bá ti so oṣù keje mélòó ló kù tọdún 2026 èè tẹnubodò tí a fi bọ́ ọdún 2027 àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú oníkówó àwọn kálukú ló ní ti yanjú lábẹ́lé nínú ẹgbẹ́ tiẹ̀ bó o lọ̀rọ̀ ètò ìdìbò ọdún 2027 ó ti rí.
máa gbọ́ sórí ti PDP náà ẹ kọ́kọ́ gbé ejò ẹgbẹ́ kan Judas ti wà láàrin wọn so wọn ní nǹkan kan tá a bá wulẹ̀ fẹ́ tanra wa jẹ lókù wọn ní nǹkan kan.
ADC wá ń kọ́.
ṣé wàá rí tá a bá fẹ́ sọ nípa ti ADC pẹ̀lú Àtíkù tó ti wà ń bẹ̀ ńlá sọ pé wọ́n tún lè tabiọ́bíọ́ díẹ̀ torí tabiọ́bíọ́ díẹ̀ tí mo mì ní pé kì í ṣe pé bóyá wọn ò ní dìbò wọn fún wọn wọn ó dìbò fún wọn ṣùgbọ́n ète ìjọba tó wà lórí àpèrè yìí ète wọn ni pé kàn padà ète wọn náà sì ni wípé gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ tí wọ́n bá tiẹ̀ sọ pé ókè o ẹ jù wọ́n lẹ̀ kí wọ́n kàn lọ dìbò wọn gan yóò ti rẹ̀ wọ́n sínú débi wípé by the time tí wọ́n bá sọ pé àwọn jáde gan àkókò ti lọ fún campaign tàbí any other thing so gbogbo ète yẹn ètò tó jẹ́ pé kò fi ìjọba àwa ara wa lélẹ̀ tó bó ṣe kó ṣe lé wo ó yọ lọ́hùn ìdí tí mo fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ rèé ṣe báwa iná kúkú wà nínú ayé nígbà tí àwọn tá a bá ti ṣe pé bóyá wà ní ayéláyé àwọn action group ti action group tí wọ́n ṣe ń gbà náà. dẹ́mọ̀ mo wà àwa sì kéré ńgbà náà dẹ́mọ̀ mo wà nígbà náà ó rí wípé ìjọba ti àkókò ògbà náà ó tún yàtọ̀ sí ti àkókò sìn tàkókò ògbà yẹn wọn kì í disturb ara wọn fún ti pé ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú kan ni wọ́n máa bá jà débi pé wọn ní lè ní àǹfààní láti dìbò èyí tó tún wá tí wá sójú mi dáadáa tèmi gan mọ̀ pé ó dúró ó nítumọ̀ ó ní ayé ìgbà tí àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ jáde tí wọ́n pè ní UPN Unity Party of Nigeria National Party of Nigeria Great Nigeria People's Party People Redemption Party NAP náà tún join wọn àwọn àkókò ìgbà náà ó dáa ju àkókò because ó kálukú túra wọn lẹ̀ wọ́n sì rí rìsọ́ọ̀tì ara wọn.
ẹ ṣeun ẹ jẹ́ ìṣojú òpólẹ̀ fáwọn ará alẹ́ láti pè láti bá wa dá sétò 0916 893 1000 0916 893 1000 àti 0915 33 34 893 ẹ ló ẹ ti wọlé ẹ kú ojúmọ́ o. ẹ káàárọ̀ sá orúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń pè wá.
ẹ kú ètò pẹ̀lú ìgbọ́lọ́nka rẹ̀ láéláé.
àmín o.
kí bàbá wa wọ́n ní sọ́nbà yẹn mo sì fi atọ́pẹ́ ètò bí ọmọ mi ní ṣe.
àmín ẹ ṣé.
adéyẹ olúṣẹ́gun ní orúkọ mi mò ń pè látàyégún ọ̀lẹ́yọ̀.
ẹ káàbọ̀.
bàbá wọn ní sàn ẹ dákun ẹ ti sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ti fa kò mú òkun ẹ̀ yọ. Àkọ́kọ́ náà irú ìjọba tí ṣèjọba ló wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè wọ́n mà lágbára pọ̀ wọ́n ní agbára pọ̀ gbogbo ní tiẹ̀ ń ṣe ṣé tí wọn ò bá ṣe wọ́n ti rò pé àwọn ò lè wọlé pẹ̀lú ní tiẹ̀ ń ṣe wọ́n ti rò pé àwọn ò lè wọlé kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ láyé káti ẹ̀gbà wípé láyé àwọn bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ní Action Group àwọn akérèǹgbà náà bẹ́ẹ̀ ti sọ ṣùgbọ́n àmọ́ ìgbàjọba MPN ẹgbẹ́ má tó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe dákọ rẹ̀ MPN ló sì ń ṣáájú wọn ò fúngun máwọn ẹgbẹ́ tó kù báyìí wọ́n fún kálukú láàyè láti ṣe tiẹ̀ ìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà tí a tún bọ́ sí eléyìí ní 1999 títí di àkókò yìí Ọbásanjọ́ ò ṣe báyìí Yar'Adua ò ṣe báyìí kọ́lọ́n tiẹ̀ tó mú sọ́dọ̀ nígbà Jonathan ò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ rárá ẹ̀yìn Buhari tó dolóògbé tá a tiẹ̀ ń pé kínní kò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ wá wo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe tó ń gún máwọn ẹgbẹ́ lọ́rùn báwọn kan bá ti rẹ̀ wí wọn ò ní òfin àwọn ẹgbẹ́ tó kù yẹn wọn ní àwọn ní mójútó ẹgbẹ́ wọn àwọn lòfin wọn ò ṣe kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ àdánìkan pẹ́ níjọba tí ń bẹ ń ta yìí náà lórí títí wá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí wọ́n ń jiyàn gbé lọ́tún wọ́n ń jiyàn gbé lọ́sì síbẹ̀ 2027 ló mú wọn lópin èmi rò pé yẹ káàrẹ́ kó kéde ètò ìlú ọ̀fararọ lórí ètò ààbò ó yẹ kó kéde rẹ̀ ṣé báwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ dìbò náà wọ́n ń jí gbé yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni lánàá a gbọ́ nínú ìkan tí ajínigbé kan sọ wípé
ẹ ṣeun ẹ dákun èyí tá a bá ti mú ni ẹ jẹ́ àsọ ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀ ẹ já fáwọn ẹlòmíì náà láǹfààní ẹ ṣeun
ẹ kú ètò kò ní bàjẹ́ ẹ máa bẹ́ tó bọ̀.
ẹ ṣeun ẹ ṣe èyí tá a bá ti mú ẹ dákun òní ẹ já mọ̀ sọ ẹ jẹ́ ìmúpè yìí ẹ lóò ẹ ti wọlé ẹ kú ojúmọ́ orúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń pè wá.
olóòtú ẹ máa kó ojúmọ́.
ẹ kú ojúmọ́ sà orúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń pè wá o.
orúkọ tèmi ni adé láti gbọ́ àyè dubai.
ẹ ṣeun èwo náà ẹ lè fẹ́ bá wa dá sí.
ní àkọ́kọ́ ni ọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe sí wọ́n ṣe ń gbìyànjú láti close down àwọn schools ní nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́ tàwa yìí. ìtumọ̀ boko haram ni pé western education is a sin. ó ní ẹ̀sìn tí ó ní education táwọn fẹ́ kó wà ṣùgbọ́n àmì òní dárúkọ ẹ̀ pé kó má ba àfẹ́tà àwọn èèyàn gidi wa tó wà ní bíbá yìí. ṣe rí kọ́lọ́ kó jọ kó ṣàánú Buhari tó kù yẹn ìpínlẹ̀ ìtìmọ̀ Buhari ti lọ́lẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ó máa tó many years ó dìgbà tá a bá ti tó arọ́rá tó rí ààrẹ bí Ọbásanjọ́ irú rẹ̀ kó tó lè tọ́ pẹ̀lú kan bẹ́yẹn. ẹ máa gbọ́ Katsina state governor ní ìjẹta ó sọ̀rọ̀ kan kálọ́básanjọ́ ni by now Katsina state governor ní ìjọba mọ́ wọ́n ló san 10 million naira fún àwọn bandits fún àjì wọ́n arrest àwọn yẹn nípa wọ́n á bí ó ní I have no comment ìyẹn number 1. nígbà tí wọ́n ń pààyàn ní gọ́ọ̀mù gbé general Arabic tí àwọn terrorist tí wọ́n wá fún gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Katsina tí wọ́n ti gbà àwọn tó padà sí igbó Ọbásanjọ́ ti sọ̀mọ́ irú gómìnà yẹn. so bẹ́yẹn nísìnyí a lot of schools are being shut down. ṣùgbọ́n ààrẹ kan wà jẹ́ pé second time ló fẹ́ ṣe dú ọ̀dà ẹ̀dí omi ò jẹ́ kó ṣe gbogbo tó yẹ kó ṣe. wọ́n sì ní support àwọn èèyàn wa tó sì ní pé èèyàn báyìí position lòun wá tó bá rí position yẹn kí n bá how about the safety of our own people here. àwọn àgbẹ̀ pé àwọn like education ẹnìkan sì ní ti position tó ń lé ó sì ti ń gba àwọn àjòjì láti kọ́ máa ti ilé ìwé padì gbogbo Nàìjíríà. nísìnyí gẹ́gẹ́ bí analyst tó wà sí àwọn
dáadáa kan tètè bá wa mú káfẹ́ lòmíì náà láǹfààní.
gbogbo pé wọ́n ṣe education yẹn pé kò bófin mú báwọn fẹ́ ìjẹ́ kò sí máa ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí schools are being closed down now. so ohun tí mo máa fà wà ní pé nígbà tí ọdún tó ń bọ̀ ẹ̀yẹ ká gba pdp ìjọba tó wà ń ta ayé àtàwọn terrorist wọ́n lè kọ́ tó ń ṣe ìkọ̀jẹ́ ká yọ wọn kúrò nílẹ̀ kò ní bàjẹ́ fún yín o.
ọ̀dà ẹ ṣeun ẹ ṣe ẹ̀já fẹ́lòmíì náà láǹfààní lójú òpó Facebook àwọn èèyàn ti ń fa àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ sọ̀wọ́ Adébáyọ̀ Tìmílẹ́yìn tímọ́nì bábà láti ìyànà Fádípẹ̀ wọn kí wa ṣeun ọ̀làdé púpọ̀ àwọn náà kí wa wọn ní ẹ̀ka àárọ̀ ẹ̀kú ìròyìn láti gbára ìmú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ìmúpè yìí ẹlú ẹ̀ ti wọlé ẹ̀kú ojúmọ́ o.
ẹ káàárọ̀.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sàrúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń pè wá.
ẹ máa kú ètò.
Ọlọ́run ló ń ṣètò ẹ o.
olóyè akíkí ọmọ nìyí.
ẹ ṣeun.
bàbá mi kò mú kí ní ẹ káàárọ̀.
ẹ ṣe ẹ káàárọ̀ sá o kára ó lé o.
mo kí àǹtí ẹ káàárọ̀.
ẹ kú ojúmọ́ sà ẹ sà.
bàbá àfẹsùn. ṣé kì í ṣe nǹkan tí àwọn ará bíi ìfẹ́ náà láti ṣe
mọ̀nàkà iná ìlà ń ṣe iná tí ló ti
àwọn
bẹ̀rẹ̀.
tí wọ́n pera wọn ní Boko Haram wọ́n sọ pé book is haram now ní ìsìlẹ̀ ìsìn wọ́n ti fi àwọn iléèwé pa ní ọ̀sẹ̀ ìwé
nílẹ̀ kárò
àwọn
jẹ́rẹ́ bí.
ọkọ̀ ọ̀ lọ sí sùn now kí ṣe nǹkan tí wọ́n fẹ́ lọ sí láì àwọn nǹkan tó fẹ́ lọ àti ṣe wọ́n láàyè.
ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n
èmi
òbí
kò
ní.
fẹ́ rọ àwọn ìjọba wa wọ́n jọ torí Ọlọ́run àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n kú kọ́kọ́ wa gbà wọ́n padà ó wà very important ìwọ tí eléyìí bá jẹ lọ alágbára díẹ̀ o gbogbo agbára tó bá lè sà gbogbo ipá tó bá lè sà gbogbo àwọn tó bá lágbára ní Ọ̀yọ́ mi èyí gbogbo àwọn ilẹ̀ Yorùbá land kọ́ jáde síta o tí a bá wò ṣùṣù tó bá jẹ lọ tí wọn ò bá rí àwọn ọmọ ìgbà alágbára o.
ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀ ìjọba náà ń gbìyànjú àwọn ikọ̀ aláàbò ti dé ẹ bá ti rí àwọn ìròyìn nípa igbó ọba odò Ọ̀yọ́ National Park gbágbágbá làwọn ikọ̀ aláàbò díbẹ̀ lórí pé wọ́n wá bí wọ́n ó ti dóòlà àwọn ọmọ ọ̀hún ẹ jẹ́ mú pè yí ẹlú ẹ ti wọlé ẹ kú ojúmọ́ o.
ẹlú ẹ káàárọ̀.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sàrúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń pè wá.
mr tony láti ọdọ nù.
ẹ ṣeun ìwúnú ẹ lè fẹ́ bá wa dá sí.
aláàrùn kan tí mo fẹ́ mú ti ọ̀rọ̀ epo àtàwọn onímọ́tò. gbà kan pé epo ń dín tó
wọ́n ní
tọ́nà
kí
àwọn
wọ́n
ọmọ
mú
mi ló
un
ń
kán mú
dín.
un wá kán mọ owó epo kán mú un wálẹ̀ kán já wálẹ̀ kán mú àdínkù bá.
so gbà tí mo lọ sí challenge lánàá ọ̀tọ̀ ní ilé táwọn ọmọ bìsì yìí challenge àná tó wá ló tún lọ sókè tó yàrá là ń ṣe ra wọn àbí ìjọba ló wá ní pàṣẹ ibẹ̀ torí nǹkan yẹn ò yé mi o. so secondary tí àwọn pàṣẹ tẹ̀lé sọ wọ́n kàn fi PDP wọ́n kàn fi ń sáàmù wa ni kò sí PDP náà lọ́wọ́ dìbò.
ẹ̀yin rò bẹ́ẹ̀ INEC pé àwọn ti fún wọn access code wíkẹ́sì tí ń fowókọ àwọn tó yẹ bẹ̀.
wọ́n fi ṣe àrùnmọ̀jẹ fún wọn ní bí àwọn tó fẹ́ já àjà àti ní kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀.
èrò tiwọn ló dà kò burú ẹ ṣeun ẹ̀já fẹ́ lòmíì náà láǹfààní 09168931000 09168931000 àti 09153334893 lójú òpó Facebook wa Wells Radio 893 FM fanpage Adéwùmí Kazeem Adikaz wọn kí wa kú ojúmọ́ ẹ kú ìròyìn ẹ ò ní ṣìkà Ọlọ́run yóò bá wa ṣẹ́ gbogbo ogun tó ń jẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà láti New Garage Adérónkẹ́ Akórèdé Ọládélé àwọn náà ti fi àríwísí wọn sọwọ́ síbí ẹ jẹ́ mú pè yín ná ẹ ló ẹ ti wọlé ẹ kú ojúmọ́ orúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń pè wá ẹ kú ojúmọ́ mà ẹ ṣeun
Àìmí Àjàó láti Ìdó
ẹ ṣeun wọnú àwọn ìròyìn ọ̀hún lè fẹ́ bá wa dá sí.
bàbá tí wọ́n pè láti Olúyọ̀lé kò sí ti ń ọba Tinubu tẹ́tí dá lójú rẹ̀ lóṣèlú ni bàbá yìí ẹ wá rí Ọbásanjọ́ gan ṣe bó ló ṣe dú ọ̀dà tó ní Ọbásanjọ́ òfúkù mọ́yàn ní ìṣojú báyìí lọ ó dàbọ̀ apàdé láyọ̀ Ọlọ́run wà pẹ̀lú yìí.
ọ̀dà ẹ ṣeun ẹ dákun ẹ má jà á máa kọjú síra wa orílẹ̀-èdè yìí bí ó ti dáa náà ní gbogbo wa ń bá ká
tẹ́mi bá
sèrò tèmi kẹ́yìn náà sọ ti yín.
mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn èrò tiwọn ni wọ́n sọ
ṣùgbọ́n wọn rí sí tẹ́ni ọ̀hún sọ òun làwọn gbé bóde ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀ àmọ́ rírì rẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ká sọ èrò ọkàn tiwa
ṣùgbọ́n ẹ mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa gbọ́rọ̀ kalẹ̀ ńjọ́ mi.
ká sọ tiwa ká mọ̀ kojú ẹnì kankan Adérónkẹ́ Akórèdé Ọládélé àwọn pé àtúntò àbátúnṣe kí àtúnṣe epo yóò dá lórí àwọn tí ń ṣe ètò òsìnrúùlé àwọn tí ń kópa ń bẹ̀ kán máa sìnrúùlú nílùú wọn gangan ibi tán ti ṣẹ̀ wá nílẹ̀ wọn gangan kí wọ́n má kọ́ àwọn ẹni ẹlẹ́ni ènìyàn lẹ́nìyàn kí wọ́n má lọ́ọ́ fẹ́ wọn lójú sí ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn agbébọn àwọn bàǹdìbàǹdì lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí kán má lọ́ọ́ fi wọ́n sọfà sóko àwọn atiláwí ẹ̀bẹ̀ Adérónkẹ́ Akórèdé Ọládélé bó ti fìlérí ẹ̀rùn Dámilọ́lá Akínadé òun náà sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ mú pè ná ẹ̀lọ́ ẹ̀ ti wọlé ẹ̀kọ́ ojúmọ́ orúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ̀ ẹ̀ ti ń pè wá.
ẹ káàárọ̀.
ẹ káàárọ̀ sà orúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ̀ ẹ̀ ti ń pè wá.
mo ṣàrí ni mo nù.
sá.
oníṣẹ́ mo ṣàrí ni.
ẹ ṣe mí mo kí yín mo ní ẹ káàárọ̀ sà.
nọ́mbà mi kejì mo fi pè yín.
ẹ má bínú ìpele méjèèjì náà là ń mú pọ̀ mọ́ra wọn.
ẹ bá ti wà ní studio ẹ ń tètè máa ń pè kọ́ ọ̀nà mo kí bọ̀dá mi.
ìdòwò ló sọ láti jù.
bọ́dà ìdòwú ẹ má bínú kíní kọlu ra wọn.
kí ni náà bá ti wà ní studio wọn tètè take call.
ẹ má bínú ìfẹ́ náà lẹ fi hàn ìfẹ́ lẹ fi hàn ṣe.
ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì ni pé wọ́n lọ́sẹ̀ wá gbé.
ẹ̀yin méjèèjì ẹ̀rí gbégbé ẹ̀yìn ń pè ìpè kan wọlé lọ́wọ́ bẹ́yìn tó ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ èmi tó ti ń wọlé ẹni tá a gbé tiẹ̀ báyìí òun náà máa rò pa ń bínú ni.
ẹ má bínú a máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ̀kan ẹ ṣe ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa
náà. ó tún fẹ́ sọ bùrá mi ẹgbẹ́ wò mí.
yes.
àǹtí mi àbọ̀ ọlọ́run àti west radio àmàbí ni mo mọ̀.
àmín ẹ ṣeun.
iléeṣẹ́ yóò dẹ̀ ní jóná.
àmín ẹ ṣe.
ṣe rí nígbà tí bàbá mi bálẹ̀ olúyọ̀lé wà láyé onímọ̀ ní dásìkò yìí náà bùrá mi ẹgbẹ́ wò mí gbogbo wọn ṣàní kàṣà máa dá sí solution ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń bá wa mú jáde. I want to talk concerning the security. Gbogbo ohun tí a bá fẹ́ ṣe ní orílẹ̀-èdè tí security ò bá ti fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ asán ni we can't stand. Àwọn àgbèrè lọ sóko mọ́. Mo fẹ́ travel lọ sí ìlú mi ní ìsìn báyìí ní Kogi state ní olè travel. Àwọn aráàlú mi ń sọ wípé kí n má tiẹ̀ try ẹ̀. Láti Ìbàdàn sí Èkó gan-an ìsìntì náà ni anywhere tí a bá ń lọ ní ìsìn báyìí àánú Ọlọ́run gbogbo wa. Security let us say the reality. Wọ́n create it to exterminate this country ni. Wọ́n create Boko Haram to exterminate the country. Àwa dúpẹ́ fún àwọn Mùsùlùmí tó wà ní apá ìsàlẹ̀. They are educated. Wọ́n ò darapọ̀ mọ́ àwọn tó dá sílẹ̀ tí gbogbo wa dẹ̀ mọ̀. Ó tí mò ń lọ ní pé sọ́jà ti pín sí méjì ní ìsìn. Tí bàbá wa Tinubu bá fẹ́ finish security, ẹni kó mention gbogbo àwọn orúkọ tó ti fún wọn láti ayé bàbá wa former head of state Mohammed Buhari lórí tiwọn náà ẹni kó dárúkọ wọn náà àwọn tó wà nínú agbésùmọ̀mí. Ok, bọ̀dá mi sọ̀rọ̀ láìpẹ́ yìí ní ìsìn olóyè Ake.
ẹ dákun ẹ bá wa kó lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ rédíò yín.
wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ lọ plan wọn ní pé kó má sí education ní western region mọ́ kí bàbá Tinubu bá wa dárúkọ àwọn tó wà ní agbésò àwọn tó ń finance wọn mọ́ra wọn náà.
ẹ ṣeun Dámilọ́lá Akínadé lójú òpó Facebook àwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní ìdásítà ń fẹ́rẹ̀ wọ́n ní ká má kàn fọ̀rọ̀ ọjà òun sílẹ̀ lásán wọn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ epo àti owó afẹ́fẹ́ gáàsì wọ́n ní kan mú wálẹ̀ wọ́n ló ti já wálẹ̀ lágbàáyé ẹ̀yìn ọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀ ń bẹ ṣùgbọ́n kókó ń tán gbìyànjú àti sọ náà ní ọmọdé Adékúnlé àwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò bó ti dàbí ìdúnkookò tí wọ́n pé mọ́tà àwọn kan ń sanwó ránsọ̀mù wọ́n ń dáríjà àwọn ọ̀daràn kan èsì tí ò yẹ àwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ààbò Tolúwa Làṣẹ Adétọ́lá àwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àtúntò àjọ tó ń rí sọ̀rọ̀ sìnrú ìlú tó ń ti ayẹyẹ èso ìkẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jáde tó ń ti aṣọ tuntun tí wọ́n ṣètò rẹ̀ tó ń tẹ ètò ààbò gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ àtúntò lórí ìsìnrú ìlú àwọn náà sọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ Adéolú tó ní wọ́n kí wa kú ojúmọ́ Sulaiman Sheriff àwọn náà kí wa káàárọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ àtúntò àjọ tó ń rí sọ̀rọ̀ ìsìnrú ìlú òun làwọn náà sọ wọ́n ní lẹ́yìn ọ̀sẹ̀ mẹ́fà kí ló tún kàn wọ́n ní ṣe wọ́n gbé wọn lọ síbi tí wọ́n tún ti ṣìlú àbí wọ́n kàn fún wọn lówó kan pé yẹ ẹgbẹ́ mọ́ lọlé ẹ lọ́ọ́ fi mọ́ ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ lọ́ọ́ fi mọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ọwọ́ yín àwọn náà sì sọ̀rọ̀ lórí àwọn tó rọ̀ mọ́ àgùnbánirọ̀ kán máa ṣìlú nílẹ̀ bàbá wọn ẹ wò ó àní láǹfààní àti ìgbàpè kankan mọ́ ẹ mọ́ bínú o àbá yín já o Oyèolorun ò bínú sí yín o ìfẹ́ wa náà la ní o ìfẹ́ wa lẹ ní ẹ̀yin ojú òpó méjèèjì ní tún ṣẹ́jú báyìí ṣùgbọ́n ojú ọjọ́ ti lọ ojú ọjọ́ yìí ti kó wa ń papá mọ́ra àní láǹfààní àti gbàpè kankan mọ́ ẹ mọ́ bínú bàbá wa nation ẹ bá ń dágbére ẹja mọ́ rèlé.
tó ìlọ́yà oníbodè àpòmù ṣùgbọ́n òun ò tún tí ì lọ ẹ pàdé mi ní gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ láìpẹ́ ní nǹkan bí 30 ṣẹ́jú sásìkò yìí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá tún ní ọ̀rọ̀ míì láti sọ àtàwọn tán pè yẹn ẹ lè pè wá sí gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ orúkọ tèmi ni ambassador Wálé Ẹgbẹ́wùmí baba One Nation.
ẹ ṣeun
ó dàbọ̀.
ẹ ṣeun tó Oyèolorun Adégòkè ló kọ tèmi jẹ́rìí àtayọ̀ báyìí látún fi pàdé ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀ àgbéyẹ̀wò ìròyìn agbọ́nmàgbẹ́ lè ṣèṣe gbọ́tàn yìí níkànnì kànga agbọ́nmàgbẹ́ Wells Radio 89.3 FM ẹ má bínú o ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pè wọlé ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ wọn lórí gbàgede ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ṣeun.